that we might regret, or better yet, might like to get rid of. I'm talking about that mistake you made years ago that still may be haunting you. How great would it be if that could be expunged and gone? Poof, just like that. But where do you go for something like that? Try the Gonzalez Law Offices. Jonathan Gonzalez is right here in downtown Sacramento, and he's here for you. Maybe you need someone for wrongful termination. Again, the Gonzalez Law Offices. Go to saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Woo! Today feels kind of like the calm before the storm. I mean, it's been so crazy the last couple of days, so much fun figuring out what's going on with the Kings and free agency and the draft. Yesterday was another crazy day with the trade the Kings made. Today seems like maybe a day to catch our breath a little bit before
the weekend.
Free agency technically starts Sunday, although I don't think we're going to get a lot of early fireworks on that front.
You don't think so?
Well,
Najee Marshall and the Kings, 4-year, $48 million deal?
Here's the thing. My understanding is the NBA is really cracking down on anybody, any players, any agents, any teams, releasing any free agent signing info before July 6th.
Nah, I'm not buying that. Are you really buying that, Whitey?
Yes, I am.
So Woj ain't going to tweet no dog, we got deals already being mentioned. You know, when teams re-sign their own guys.
That's allowed. That's allowed.
You're allowed to negotiate. But you can't really sign until July 6th. Whether it's your own guys or not. Unless I remember years ago, the league was supposedly cracking down on draft picks being announced. And that's why Woj changed his language. The Kings are targeting. You know, the Lakers are targeting, have shown interest. I'm not buying that. Dude, fireworks happening this weekend.
I hope you're right. I want to see fireworks. I'm telling you, the word is the NBA is trying to limit that until July 6th. It's terrible. Remember, 4th of July, I'll never forget. 4th of July a few years ago, one of the first things I think of when I think of 4th of July is, oh, Kevin Durant signed with the Warriors. What?
He spurned the Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics were one of his teams that time, and that came out July 4th.
Yes. So that was a little bit of an early announcement. Supposedly the NBA is discouraging those this year. But anyway, negotiations technically start Sunday at 3 our time. But those players cannot officially sign until 12:01 Eastern on July 6th. So we'll see.
You know, the best thing about free agency, honestly, is remember back when they used to do it at midnight, I guess 9 o'clock out here. Like getting the Woj bombs at 9:01 local time out here. You know, a flurry of moves.
Yes.
And it was like, how are these teams already like agreeing to deals? Like you're not supposed to talk to them. So maybe that's your point right there. The league is like trying to, you know, down tampering, if you will. But I miss the days of
ESPN used to have like shows that would come on, 9 our time.
Yeah, 9 you guys
free agency special.
Yeah.
Sometimes something happens, sometimes nothing happens right away.
Nothing. Yeah, we used to do live shows in Boston at midnight.
Yeah.
When the clock struck midnight, we just go on for like an hour and a half. And just do shows talking about the free agent moves. That was fun though, man. And hopefully the league isn't trying to slow that down.
And again, I'm not saying they should do it or I'm not arguing with you on whether they'll do it or not. I've been reading that the NBA has made a statement that they can strip teams of draft picks. They're cracking down on it apparently. At least they're making noise about it.
Can we at least shout out the young lady behind me right now? This is a beautiful day. Simone is producing the show today.
In for Jay.
She's in for Jay.
If they know that
Nah. I'm gonna keep an eye on our YouTube numbers and see if we got a record. Your boy Jay might be in trouble. I'm just saying. I'm happy to have Simone here.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for letting me cruise with you guys.
I know. She's probably like, damn it, my weekend got to start at 6. Usually she out of here at 2.
Happy hour. Man.
You gonna miss happy hour tonight, though.
Now, Simone, rumor has it that you're picking up for Jay in the back in the day quiz?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
All
little
right.
intimidated. I tried to do some research.
No, you can't. That's cheating, Simone.
Not
That's
on the
cheating.
date.
She
I'm
just
saying
Googled this day in sports history.
I was watching how you guys play the game. I was like, do I need to have music ready? Like what goes into it? I didn't know if it was more like feud based, but we're
Nah,
gonna just go with it.
It's a little more low tech, but high emotion, especially the way
Definitely
things
high
went
emotion.
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad loss. That was blowing
Yesterday?
a 25-point lead. Yeah.
Drapes had a right answer, but he said
I said the wrong,
answer.
so the right answer was Ryan Howard, Philly slugger back in the day.
Sure.
I'm a basketball guy, so I said Ryan Hollins.
Whoops.
And they did. No, but Simone, I want Simone to be the judge on this, Whitey, because I know you and Jay colluding against me. You like Roger Goodell and the NFL owners against running backs. Simone, if I answer like this, Ryan Hollins, Ryan Howard, what would you say to that?
I mean, I go by Jeopardy rules. I think you can clean it up and get it in before then.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's not exactly. It wasn't that clean.
It wasn't that clean?
Not quite. But here's the thing. Someone pointed out yesterday after we left on the text line. Remember somebody called yesterday and talked about Marty, the Kings GM,
yeah.
and I ran him?
Yeah.
Someone said, well, Marty didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance to correct Marty, so you only get one answer.
There's one big difference between me and Marty.
Uh-oh.
Marty's name's not on the show. I'm on the show. My name is on the show. Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason, Kyle Draper. I should get a little allowance, a little grace, if you will.
Well,
I'm still hurt over that.
Didn't work your way yesterday. You actually yesterday when you left, you seemed like you had accepted your fate.
Yeah, I'm still upset about that because it was almost clean, like I just said it. I mean, and I honestly, let's be honest, real quick, people listening. I do feel like it's 2 against 1 out here sometimes. You and Jay against me.
What was the question again that you missed on?
What was it? 2007 Phillies.
What team? I'm sorry. What?
No, because
What team? What team did you say? And where are you from?
I'm just
2 against 1. What?
I'm just saying
Philadelphia.
you had to clean it up because last week was all about Jay. It was like 3 Oakland A's questions and everything, and
There
so
were 2 questions in yesterday's quiz about the Phillies.
and I got 1.5 of them right.
I don't know if you got
or did he get the other one?
You
right?
didn't get any of it.
I know.
So
All right.
anyway,
all right, I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I think we may be going multiple choice on that today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a lot of pizza. We got to finish.
Yeah.
I'll get out of the box before then. I got some free agency notes here. All right, concerning, I should say, some players that Kings fans and Kings themselves may be interested in. You heard about the trade that Dallas made.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dallas opening cap space, and it looks like theoretically they opened cap space so they could sign Derek Jones Jr. Right? So they'd have the full mid-level.
Be able to
Derek
keep him.
Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could keep him. And I know that we like him. Doug, hey gentlemen, Doug loves him. A lot of people love him. Yeah.
All right.
So that looked like, oh well, that's too bad. Cross him off the list. However, there's a report now. Mark Stein says Dallas, with that extra, now they got that extra cash, they may be looking at Clay. How about that? Now it seems a little bit out of the box,
Interesting.
but it's Mark Stein reported it. And if
Interesting.
Dallas goes that way, then all of a sudden Derek Jones Jr. may be down their list of priorities. Maybe he would be back in play.
I'm not surprised by that, Whitey. And I think, one thing Dallas struggled with against the Celtics, I thought, was scoring. And Derek Jones Jr., he really couldn't play him because even his defense, he couldn't stop Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. They had 2 scorers, Kyrie and Luka. And Kyrie, we know, didn't show up really. But they need more shooting on that team. And Derek Jones Jr., as great of the playoffs he had up until the finals, as great of a defender as he is, the Celtics, said, all right, we'll let you beat us. Try to beat us. And he struggled in the NBA finals. So it makes sense from that move. Because even Clay at 70 years of age or however old he is right now, you still got to pay attention to him.
Yes.
You still gotta respect the man because the shooting doesn't go.
He'll be 83 and he'll be still
83.
knocking down
Seriously.
22 footers.
Exactly. So it makes sense. And I wonder how much they can give him, though. What kind of contract?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if the Warriors were offering, 2 years at $20 million or whatever it was, is he going to Dallas for less than that?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think
yeah.
so. But I do know this. Apparently, Clay is now, he started following, I forget if it was Instagram or what it was, started following some Mavericks.
No way.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Clay is playing the game out here, man. He's playing everybody. Because remember last week, didn't he follow Paolo Banchero in the Orlando Magic? And so, yeah.
It's so funny that those guys, that they think that actually makes a difference or something. You know?
I know, right?
Yeah.
What's crazy is people pick up on it. How do you know that somebody stops following somebody? Like, who does that research?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not on somebody's Twitter account. Ooh, let me see if he follows this. I don't even know how you do that. Like, and so who's checking for who Clay follows right now?
So we've got news on a couple other potential Kings free agent targets when we come right back on this Friday. Drive, guys, on Sactown Sports.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I'm not sure we passed that test, but we'll.
Yeah, I think I think everyone failed that one. Yeah, we were waiting for the test, had our #2 pencils ready and everything. We were about to ace that test.
And now I'm scared it's gonna just happen in the middle of your guys' segment.
Right, it's just gonna pop
That's
in.
the way things happen around here, Simone. You know that. Whatever happens, we're good, right, Drapes?
I don't know, big fella. I don't know. I'm like, I'm almost mentally checked out right now.
No,
the weekend, yes, dude.
You on
like,
Friday?
Yes,
You are a pillar of professionalism.
I'm sorry,
on
Simone.
Friday.
I played 18 today. Didn't hit them well. Shout out to my guys at Timber Creek, Ian and Danny out there for hooking your boy up out there. I didn't hit them that well. And so I'm like.
You must have had one shot. Even if it was just a putt, that one shot brings you back.
So
makes you think you can play.
My last hole, par 5. By the time I got to hole 16, my iron game was terrible. I was all like, I wasn't swinging through it. You know, I was
thin or you.
No, I was chunking a lot and everything. 32-footer on hole 18. Nice putt. Drained, went down, snaked around, dropped in the cup
for an 8.
Save double bogey. Yep.
I was kidding.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was struggling, man, down the stretch. Oh, I was really bad, man. I was king of the double bogey.
You said that was a par 5?
It was a par. I couldn't hit my irons. I'd hit it about 260 off the tee, and then my second shot, I had a nice 8-iron. Yeah. My third shot, it was like a 500-yard par 5.
Double on a par 5, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but the problem, and I had to do a punch out. I got behind like a tree and really didn't have.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's like a bogey.
Yeah, it's like a bogey. Really, didn't lose a ball in that hole. So yeah,
right. Our apologies. It's unlikely you can smell through the radio, but apparently Alan Stiles brought in some kind of heinous Caesar salad today that just I know when I came in, Nate was saying, well, watch out. I think he may have broken the unbreakable rule and brought in like anchovy. You don't bring fish into work. That's what my wife
These
always
young
tells
kids,
me.
man.
You don't bring fish.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
You know, heat it up in the microwave at work and all that. That's the problem with the younger generation.
Is it?
People like Alan Stiles and, you know, that under 35 generation. No offense, Simone. No offense. It's all about them. It's like not how it affects other people, And so we got to school your boy on that.
You sure
workplace etiquette.
You sure brought out the sad side of him.
Yeah,
today.
what was up with him today, man?
I don't know.
So let's set the stage here real quick. Usually when I walk in, whether it's here, home, King Stadium, Drapes, what's up, kid? What's up, baby? How did Alan do it today?
Hi, Drapes.
He sounded like, you ever watch Sesame Place? Who's the big purple elephant? Not Mr. Snuff. Is that Mr. Snuffleupagus?
Snuffleupagus. He was more like Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. It's like that. I don't know what got into him today.
No, everyone was dragging him on the morning show because he was rooting for Panama yesterday in Copa America. Yeah.
Was he really?
Yes, he's Panamanian.
Is he American?
He's Pan what?
Is he
American?
Pan-American? I know. I'm like, hold on.
So I think he was just ready to get out of here.
That's
all right. He's having a rough go of it. All right. Compio says, don't be hard on Styles. His high chair wasn't adjusted properly. I didn't say it.
I hope Alan's listening.
I didn't say that, bro. That was not me.
Typically on his way home. Alan's our guy.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah. You know who else is our guy? We have a lot of guys. Doug.
Joining us here.
Doug. Hello, gentlemen. Doug, you're on with the Drive Guys. What's up?
Gentlemen, thank you so much. I love the endorsement, man. You come in there, and, guys like Doug, he's all over Derek Jones. That's a nice plug. I should get my own show.
Yeah, you are a guy, man. That's how Carmichael Dave started, right?
That's right.
Hey, let's settle something first. I don't know what game that you guys are playing, and you got your Ryan Hollins for Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, if you had come up with a Eagle name, then it definitely would have been over.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't side with you on that one. But
exactly.
I think with that bumbling stuff, that's close enough on your guess.
Thank you.
And Holland.
Thank you. Exactly. My guy, Doug.
Yeah.
Put him through at any time, Simone.
Yeah, it's already been. Thank you, Doug. But I mean, the ruling has already been made, and we're beyond that. So
is it been made?
Yeah,
Simone overruled you, big fella.
The appeal was
Supreme Court. Simone
not filed promptly.
She's our Supreme Court judge right there.
Hey, real quick, speaking of those things like that, we were talking yesterday briefly about the NFL Sunday ticket.
Yeah,
and a jury ruled against the NFL on the Sunday ticket thing, and so now lots of consumers are going to be getting potentially there's damages. I could end up getting some money.
Are you an NFL Sunday ticket guy?
I was 2011, 2012, 2013.
Is that DirecTV?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and it goes back to then.
Yes, that's what I found out today. And there's like a website, and you have to file your claim by a certain time. And I was reading about it today, and it says if you didn't opt out of this, you're in it. It's like I didn't even know about it, so I didn't opt out of it.
Are you going to fill it out?
I
Put
think
in the claim?
So. Mike Florio says he's a lawyer. He broke down some stuff, and he says I don't know how this is going to work. So I don't know. This is the way I would do it. And I think he said it comes out to that would be like $3,000 a person.
You could buy how many Kirklands with that? Seriously, that's a good hunk of change.
No, I can't believe
fill it out, man.
Yeah.
File the claim. Seriously, dang. That's pretty good.
I'll be shunned and stalked.
Shunned and stalked.
Pardon me, if it's anything close to that.
I was trying to do the math yesterday. Remember when you said it? And I was like, because I thought, man, this could be $3,000.
That's what he says.
That would be nice.
I guess that could shake out a number of ways. And in fact, it's still possible that the NFL could still appeal and actually win and have the whole thing thrown out. But that was a nice little, look at that. I started reading about what I'm going to get, like $5.
Oh. 5,000 maybe. A few thousand. Sign me up.
Here's what else is going on potentially with free agents. Are you in on Bruce Brown at all?
No.
Okay.
Because he's not a free agent, right? Or are you about to deliver that news?
Right.
Okay.
Bruce Brown, the Raptors re-signed him. They picked up the
team
option for 23?
Yeah, 23.
And Woj says he is now going to be a very useful potential trade piece for them because he's an expiring.
Right. And I think, our players that we're looking to move on from, if we are going to trade, the Toyota Corolla LE package, if you will. If you trade for Bruce Brown, I think that hampers you from doing some other deals because you'd have to give up somebody from your Toyota Corolla LE package. And so then you do Bruce Brown and Kyle Kuzma. I don't know. And why would that help the Toronto Raptors? So you probably have to sweeten it a little bit, right?
My only hope on him was that, okay, they don't pick up the option, which they already did. So that door's closed. And then maybe no one is willing to give him anywhere close to what he got with that Pacer deal. So maybe with your mid-level, maybe you got a shot, but
that ship has sailed.
Yes.
You know, and here's the thing regarding the Kings and what options they have. The first draft pick that they're technically allowed to trade, if I'm correct, isn't until 2028. Let me double check that, because 25, I think it's top 12 protected. 26, it's top 8 protected, if I'm correct. And because you're not allowed to trade in consecutive years, you can't trade 26 and 27.
Right.
The first one you could trade, if I'm correct, is 28. See, so yes, we have all our draft picks, but really the first one we can move on from is 28. And then you're talking 28, 30, 32 or something, like you're talking way down the line.
I think we've talked about that, but that's one of the most discouraging things about this is when we read and hear, and for years we've heard the Kings have their draft picks. They've got a war chest here. And then you look at all the other teams like Utah and OKC and, look at the Knicks, how many draft picks they were able to trade. It's like, we don't have anything compared to those teams.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. Utah and okay. Like, you're right about that. I mean, we got some picks. Yes, no doubt about it. But
they almost literally have more than they can use.
Yes.
Because you only have so many roster spots,
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, and that's why you got to think OKC is probably going to make some deals. Utah is probably going to make some deals, especially when you have 3 or 4 first rounders. Like, you can't draft 4 guys in the first round. Right?
I got to tell you, and this doesn't mean you're wrong by any means, but I'm not hearing anything about John Collins. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but I'm not hearing a peep on John Collins.
I'm hearing a little something.
Okay.
Let me, my boy Tony Jones, who writes for The Athletic, tweeted something out yesterday. And he's always tweeting things, man. He's, this guy he got 247,000 posts that he's put out there. And so, all right, here we go. Somebody said to Tony Jones, both JCs seem to be the odd men out. JCs, John Collins, Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson deserves to play on a competitor as a strong 6-man. John could stick with the Jazz, but I could see him being pursued by some teams for some depth. I wonder if either of them want to stay with the current roster or prefer a trade. Tony Jones says, I don't have any thoughts on this. We all know what's happening one way or the other very soon. So to me, that's kind of cryptic, right?
Yeah.
It's like, sure, John Collins, they aren't saying right now he's being traded or anything, but inside the organization, inside the circles out there in Salt Lake City, they all know what needs to happen. And so I still think John Collins could be in the mix.
Here's another guy that could be in the mix. I'm excited about it. Indiana Pacers big man Jalen Smith opted out of his player option, according to Sports Illustrated.
That's a mid-level guy for you?
Yes. He was at 5-something. 24-year-old big man, just finished his second season with the Pacers. This report asks, could the Thunder target him as an unrestricted free agent?
Yeah,
there is going to be interest. He's potentially one of those guys who's kind of been just underutilized,
I would give him our full mid-level.
I would too.
I would be all in on him. I think even if he's not a starter, he's a definitely rotation guy for you, a top 8 guy for you. He would be a huge get. And then you swing a deal for a Kuzma or somebody like that.
Yes.
Now you're doing something, Monty McNair. So I'm with you on that. Jalen Smith, in terms of free agency, he might be in my top 5, Whitey. He might be near the top of guys, actual guys we can go out there and get.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's promising. Now, there was another report after I saw that one that said he's leaning that way, but he wasn't sure yet. So I'm not sure where that is. But all indications have been he was going to opt out. And in fact, SI reporting that Jalen Smith is a free agent. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are more casual fans that are going, I don't really know who that is. And I understand, because he really hasn't played that much.
He hasn't played that much, but he's shown flashes, even in games here against the Sacramento Kings. What I love about him, Whitey, 6'10". How many times have we said on the show, we don't have anybody 6'10". We need some 6'10
Can he
guys.
shoot it all, Kyle?
Can he shoot? Yes. Last year, 42.4% from three-point range. And when you look at his career, he has really stepped it up. Only 2.4 threes, but he's shown a propensity to knock it down. 3 seasons ago, he shot 37.3. 2 seasons ago, he dipped down. But this is the kind of guy where he has untapped potential. You know what I mean? Like, and you look at his minutes. He only played 17 minutes a game for Indiana last season. He's a guy I'm going all in for. And here's why, Whitey. Sure, 6'10", can shoot the ball. He's only 24 years old, ladies and gentlemen. This guy fits the timeline, the age, everything you need. So I agree with you, man. Yeah. He's the guy.
I'm with you. Yeah, he's got some front court versatility. So there will
he
be
could
other
play a
suitors.
center. He could play a 4 for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm totally with you on, hey, if you brought him in and you got someone like Kuzma, you'd be pretty much done.
That's a good offseason. That's, then you got, re-sign your boy Malik. You got Devin Carter, Mike Brown taking. Those are fireworks this offseason for the Kings.
When we come back, this could be the strangest reason ever for a player to drop in the draft. You've been following this Filipowski story?
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
Weird. Next, Sactown Sports.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with the Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Will interest rates stay higher for longer, or is relief in sight? While inflation and labor markets might be cooling if bond markets price this in, is there a neutral rate in mind which neither stimulates nor puts the brakes on a hot economy? Forward contracts, which can be seen as a proxy for views of future interest rates, are at 3.6%. This is down from the last year's 4.5% number, but still higher than the 2.7% number seen most of the past decade. If these are the floors on future interest rates, this could put a hold on bond rallies and continue to mute an already impacted real estate market. If the 3.6% rate is indeed the neutral level, it isn't quite far from today's rates over 5% and could mean there are less interest rate decreases in our near future. Overall, businesses and individuals seem to have weathered the higher rates well. Next week, we could see data that may indeed show progress in the fight to reduce inflation, but demonstrate that higher for longer may be the path forward, whether we like it or not. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch video, to receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Cafe Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic Cafe is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Cafe.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards.
World Tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
With the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
How about that? Oh, it's a great video. His family celebrating, huh? What a feel-good story. The feel-good story of the year, as far as I'm concerned.
What, Bronny being drafted to his dad's team?
Oh, such a great.
Are you being sarcastic, or are you?
No, I love it.
I don't know. I like it. I'm not
really.
Yes. Why not, dude? 55th overall pick. Nobody even know who these second rounders are, pretty much. Especially you get that late.
Just the whole thing of they're watching and then. Oh, you got.
I know.
They picked you.
I mean, it was a little staged.
You got picked by the Lakers.
It was a little staged. You know, they knew what was coming.
I know.
You know, but they needed an Instagrammable moment. You know, a Facebook memory, if you will, that'll pop up 20 years from now. I get it, but you know, the actual drafting of him, I'm okay.
Yeah. Did you hear Woj going off? I think he was having a debate with Stephen A. on this, and Stephen A. was saying Stephen A. kind of, I think, has flip-flopped on this. But apparently somebody was saying it was an embarrassment, and I think it was Woj saying, this is great. I don't want to hear about
nepotism. Yeah.
That's all over the place. It's all over in sports, which it is.
It really is, yeah. I mean, you know, we look at Thanasis Antetokounmpo. You know, let's look at Ian Eagle. You know, his son Noah Eagle getting an opportunity, and Noah's doing a fantastic job. Heck, look at the Oakland A's broadcast staff. Carries, I forget the kid's first name.
I think it's Chris, whose dad was Chip, whose dad was Skip. Whose dad was Harry.
Right. So that's a little nepotism, if you will. Jace Collinsworth on an NBC football broadcast. I mean, it happens, you know, and so I don't have a problem with it, man, in this situation.
I just have a problem with all of the coverage of it, and there's going to be just so much more. And something about it's just a little disingenuous how everyone's acting like, oh, it's what a great moment. Great moments in sports are kind of natural, and you don't know they're coming and they occur. And this is manufactured, and that's fine. You know, even the whole Griffey thing, 2 Degree was a little manufactured. This is just it's a little heavy-handed.
Don't be the Grinch, Whitey. Let's let him have his moment.
Oh,
let him have his moment. You know, who knows? Bronny could turn into an NBA player or not. But they'll always have this moment. And think about this. If you're the Lakers and you don't draft him, what does that say to LeBron James?
I know.
Who can opt out and become a free agent, you know? And so it's the price of doing business.
Did you hear Legler said if he was Boston, whoever was picking before them, he said, I would have taken him and I would have sent them a note and said, we have your son. This is what it's going to take to get him back.
That's funny. Yeah, I did hear Legler say that. But, you know, it's I saw the Kings Summer League schedule came out for Vegas, and I was hoping we got to face the Lakers, but we don't play the Lakers in the first 4 games. I'm bummed by that.
We don't even get them in the California Classic, right? Because aren't they?
Yeah, they're down.
I don't know why I pointed over there, but they're in the Bay Area.
Yeah, they're in the Bay Area. So
which way is the Bay Area? I think I might be right, huh? I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's that way.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, you're pointing.
It's that way,
west.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, so southwest a little bit more that way?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, right.
Nailed
it. It's a big area, the Bay Area. How about the strange case, speaking of the second round, of Kyle Filipowski? Kyle Filipowski, I remember when we first started looking at mock drafts for the Kings, his name would pop up around 13.
Yeah.
I happened to check today some old mocks. March back in March, and I forget his Sporting News or something, he was listed 9th on a mock.
Wow.
And I checked one in May, he was 19th in a mock. So he was dropping a little, but still, solidly first round. So he ends up going, with the 32nd pick?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were wondering, why was that? Apparently, Gavoni was on, I think it was on with Zach Lowe, and apparently NBA teams were concerned about him and his older girlfriend / fiance. This is a weird story.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, and he's like estranged from his parents or something
Apparently,
like that.
Yes, the story is that some people apparently feel. See, that it's weird because we don't know exactly what's going on. Some people reached out on Twitter claiming to be his brother and his mom, and it hasn't been actually confirmed that that's who it was. So, but they were saying what you just said. Yeah. She started dating him when he was in high school and she had graduated from college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they say she took him away from us, and he wrote a note to us and said goodbye and all, but why would an NBA team care about that?
Right.
Obviously,
can you play
she's
ball
older.
or not?
She's
Right.
like 28 and he's 20. But let's be honest, if you're an NBA team and he can knock down a jump shot, do you really care? So what's the big deal from team standpoint?
I'm reading an article here, page 6. Although Gavoni said he didn't understand why all that mattered, talking about parents and the girlfriend, Kyle's older brother, Daniel, responded on Twitter.
Assuming that's really him.
Saying people don't know the full extent of the story. There's a story that has been pushed under the table for nearly 2 years now. So
we see this photo right here. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, what about that?
He's born in November of 2003. At the time of this photo, he's 17. So that means she's like 25 or 26. So it's basically an adult dating a
I don't
teenager.
know. Nah, but, is that in Utah or whatever? Where
he was 16 and she was likely 24 or 25 when they started their
depends on state
relationship.
rules, right?
Sure. I guess, yeah.
Especially if we're talking about, the Mormon, Mormonism and what's, if I'm reading, there's a story that's been put. He went on to encourage people to look up and read on Mormon grooming and brainwashing. That's what supposedly Filipowski's brother had to say. Supposedly that's him. Yeah. And I think, 16 might be the age of consent out there in that state. So it is weird, though. It is weird.
Seems weird. Here's the thing to me, if you're an NBA team, the only reason I think you'd really back off and let him drop like that is, from what I read, when he was asked about this, the team, teams are all over. It's like, hey, what's going on with this?
Right.
Apparently he was very nervous and didn't handle the questions well.
Right.
So that would be a red flag. If he's like, yeah, this is the way it is and it's unfortunate, but I love her, we're going to get married, blah, 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 blah. You'd be like, if you're an NBA team, like, okay, fine. But if he's like getting nervous, right, and doesn't really respond well to it, then that would be, okay, something a little off here. We don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. And maybe, it's so weird that teams just said, you know what? I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to steer clear of this one.
Yeah. Although I do think, like I said, I think if he had been matter of fact about it and he was like, yes, it's unfortunate, but we love each other. But if he was
where did
nervous
he
about
wind
it,
up getting drafted? Who picked him?
Well, yes. Guess where he would end up
Utah
going?
Jazz.
Yes, sir. So I wish him nothing but happiness, but it's I'm not judging him because I have no idea what's going on. I'm not judging her. Just very strange. I don't remember anything like this ever happened.
Yeah,
before.
it's definitely out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
right.
Because he was a solid first round pick,
and he fell big time. I don't know, but he also had that incident in the game. Also, remember he was trying to come off the court. I forget which school they were playing. They lost, and he was trying to come off the court, and fans stormed the court. And he got hurt.
Oh, yes.
And some people are saying, slow down the video and look at him. Did he push the person or what?
I forgot that he was.
He was that guy too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, good for the Utah Jazz. Hopefully good for him. It was a very eventful draft. What do you think we're going to remember the most about this draft in years to come? I think the Bronny thing, obviously.
Yeah, Bronny got to be up there.
Hopefully, Kings fans will remember.
Hopefully
that's
Kings
when they got
fans.
the next Drew Holiday.
I'll be honest. I feel like this was such an uneventful draft. Like, even the top picks, it was hard to get excited. Rissa Shea and Alex Sarr, like, It's hard to get excited about those guys. Zach Edey, maybe, to see what he pans out to be, but I don't know what the story.
It's funny, isn't it? Because look how many times on this show we go back and look at past drafts and go, "Oh my goodness, no one had any idea."
Right, and the thing about this year's draft, it's so wide open that of 10 years from now, when we do the redraft, it might be topsy-turvy. Second round guys could be in the top 10, if you will. It's because this draft to me seemed like the biggest crapshoot in recent history.
Boy, Russell on the chat's going after Monty. Monty has built an incomplete roster with no trade value. Like, who are we realistically going to get for Herter and Barnes? We'll answer that question when we come right back.
Okay.
Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS has raised the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes in recent years. This hits hard if you're behind on your taxes. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. If you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
NBA basketball returns to Golden One Center for the 6th annual California Classic Summer League, presented by Ticketmaster. Your Sacramento Kings will host the San Antonio Spurs, Charlotte Hornets, and for the first time ever, the Chinese national team. The 3-day event on July 6th, 7th, and 9th will feature 2 games each day, and single-day passes include lower-level seats for both games for as little as $29. Fans attending Saturday will enjoy a free concert from rock band Chevy Metal. For more information, visit kings.com/California Classic.
Hey, Sactown Sports fans, get ready for an unforgettable summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar, packed with the hottest shows around. Starting at Thunder Valley Resort, don't miss the epic Slash and Serpent Tour on July 12th. Then on July 20th, enjoy the incredible Miranda Lambert live in concert. And on August 9th, Jason Mraz and the Super Band are set to deliver an unforgettable performance. And don't miss this Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, experience the legendary Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. Then on August 15th, catch the iconic Donny Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And on August 22nd, don't miss Creed Fisher rocking the stage at Ace of Spades. Finally, on September 10th, the Doobie Brothers bring their timeless hits to the Toyota Amphitheater. For all your ticketing information, head over to livenation.com. These are the shows you won't want to miss, so grab your tickets now. And stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. N73124.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
Sheer insanity mixed with adrenaline and horsepower bring you the most exciting action-packed weekend during the NorCal Stampede. This is round 1 of the 2024 West Coast Ultra 4 USA Series. All day Saturday, June 29th at Prairie City. Come join us for some of the most extreme high-speed rock racing action with drivers tackling a course riddled with crazy jumps and punishing rock obstacles. This race will be the only West Coast qualifier for the King of the Hammers. Tickets are only $30 at the gate and camping is also available. Prairie City SVRA in Rancho Cordova. Be there.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
The 2024 USA Basketball Men's Select Team has been selected. What is the Select Team? What do? That's the team that will train with USA Men's Basketball National Team as they get ready for the Olympic Games in Paris. So Keegan Murray, once again a member of the Select Team, along with Jalen Duren. Cooper Flagg's on there. Langston Galloway, Nigel Hayes Davis, Trace Jackson Davis, Peyton Pritchard. Yeah.
Peyton Pritchard's on there.
Yes,
Your guy.
sir.
He's a dog, why not? I guess he's okay. He was on there last time, I believe, also.
Amen Thompson, Jalen Suggs, Jabari Smith Jr., Pojemski, Micah Potter, Jaime Jaquez Jr. So that's I don't know if honor is the right word, but it's nice for Keegan to be
nice
on that squad.
I tell you, when that first came out and they showed the picture of the entire group, I couldn't see Keegan. And I was like, don't tell me this dude's not even on that. Like, that's a bad sign. But then I saw him. And so, excited for him, man. And, a chance to get to train against the best, in Vegas and get ready for, hopefully in the future, maybe being an Olympian. And so I think it's a good experience. It's interesting. One of the things, when we had Kendra Douglas, Orlando Magic sideline reporter on, she talked about Paolo Banchero and how Paolo, gained so much from that opportunity as well. And, just working out with KD during the summer, training with those guys during the summer. And so hopefully Keegan can pick some of that up.
Mm-hmm. So do we know who's going to be on the Summer League team? It's interesting because, we get caught up in it too much as it is with the Kings being our only team here, but there's a little more buzz than I expected over the two guys they signed yesterday.
Yeah, the two-way guys that they signed, and I think those guys will be on there. It'll be interesting to see if Devin Carter plays because of the injury situation. And, they got two California classic teams. And so how are they going to split that up?
We heard that
Keon Ellis. Yeah, I was about to say that. I think Keon Ellis is going to play as well.
Colby would probably play, right?
Colby should play. Slauson should play. I would imagine Jordan Ford would probably play if he's still in the organization. And so, I think it's rounding in shape a little bit. It should be coming out here any minute. They just released the schedule earlier today, the game schedule for Vegas. And so hopefully the Kings will announce their squad here shortly.
We're going to be celebrating another Summer League title around here. Could be. It's going to be a good team for Summer League, I think.
Is that better or worse than the in-season tournament championship? Ooh, that's tough.
It's not. Look, let's be honest. It's not. I mean, the in-season tournament is pretty, it's a little, but it's better than the summer.
Right. Yeah.
We have at least one Summer League championship here.
Yeah. Don't we have two?
I think we might have.
Yeah, we won one a few years ago with Bobby Jackson at the helm.
Yeah.
And, our boy Doug Christie will be coaching this year's Summer League team.
So what do you think of this comment from Russell that Monty's put together an incomplete roster, has no trade flexibility? There's no way anybody is going to take the standard package, the Herder Barnes package. The Kings are stuck.
Russell said that?
That was Russell.
Dang, Russell. Russell's saying a lot of things out
Russell's
there right now. So this dude he's out there saying a lot of things. But I thought we did have some trade assets. People talking about, we got all of our picks, and I went into detail. Well, all of our picks start in 2028, really. We had Michael Scotto. I think he reported that Kevin Herter there is some trade interest around the league in Kevin Herter. And so it may not be a glowing package, but look at the Knicks package for Mikal Bridges. Bogdanovich ain't, it's not like he's some player that everybody wanted.
It's all about the picks.
All about the picks. And so Monty theoretically could throw in a 28, 30, 32, and a pick swap if he wanted to go all in on a player. So we do have the assets pick-wise to do something like it's just future picks.
I know we've been talking about this and talking about it and talking about it, and we'll be talking about it more until we find out whether it's true or not. But I keep coming back to Kuzma. Not so much because I think he should be the guy, but you try to figure out what is most likely to happen, and it just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. And there's a lot of smoke there, too.
Yeah, and it's one thing for you and me to argue about this guy's better, that guy's better. Put all that aside. It just looks to me like that's where the arrows are pointing.
Yeah, and he's the guy I feel like we hear the most about regarding the Kings. Like Ingram is starting to get a little buzz as well. We know Washington is looking to hit the reset button, and honestly, their most valuable asset right now is Kyle Kuzma. And so I think they could be waiting for that Godfather offers, sort of what Mikal Bridges got. And so I'm with you. The smoke seems to be pointed towards Kyle Kuzma. What the heck we waiting on then?
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Read something interesting today about your guy, Zach LaVine, as it applied to Philly, and I would assume it also applies to the Kings.
Yeah.
Philly apparently was really interested in Zach LaVine, and now they're not so much. Why not? Because now they know they can't get Zach LaVine and Caruso. So at that point, they're like,
Right.
So I wonder if that's also something that applies to other teams.
Yeah.
It's almost like Chicago had to, we'll give you a little something just for taking his contract.
And now they split those two up. And, I saw Philly has $61 million in cap space.
Well, what do they have? Honestly, like
three or four players. Yeah, something like that. And so, if Philly's the team to watch out for, if they get Paul George, if they get, I don't know who, you mentioned it, LeBron goes there. That's not happening, but he
should, but he won't.
He should, but they he won't. But I think when you look at Philly, they're the team to watch out for. They don't have much tradable assets though, because they don't have players, right? Like there would have to be some signing trades involved and something like that, and then throw in a couple extra picks. I do think something will happen this weekend. You hear the Warriors and Chris Paul decided to push back their decision on picking up the option to explore trade potentials for CP3. So I do think we'll get some news this weekend.
Here's what I was talking about earlier as far as why we may not hear about some of these announcements. I don't know if the league is enforcing this, but this was Mike Vorkunov of The Athletic. Starting in 2024, players cannot announce new deals until the end of the moratorium. Moratorium is July 6th. Unless the deal can legally be signed during it, which is like you re-sign your own guys, stuff like that. NBA can fine teams for violating rules on premature free agent talks. Punishments include up to $2 million in fines, taking away draft picks, suspending people that work for that team. Now, of course, that can be a rule. Doesn't mean they enforce it. But I'm just wondering if we're going to hear, not as much as we're used to hearing until that actual July 6th. Here we go.
Yeah, they might be, teams might be afraid, but a lot of times it's the agents leaking this stuff. How do you control that? You penalize the team for the agent? Is there something in there regarding that?
I did see, let's see. Starting 2024 free agency, players and their agents will not be allowed to announce new deals. Lest that deal can be legally signed.
What's the penalty for the agents though?
Up to a fine of $2 million, taking away draft picks, suspending people that work for that team. But it doesn't say what the punishment would be for an agent.
Right.
But the NBA
NBA's dumb though. I don't know why they would that.
You're right.
That's like some of the best parts of the offseason.
Yes.
That's the thing we look forward to the most. The deals rolling in Sunday at 3, who's going where. Like if I'm the NBA, I, make that sort of like, a big show on NBA TV, on ESPN, do 4 hours of free agent tracker. Like they're trying to, change that. I don't like that at all.
I'm not sure why they would rattle that
Adam
saber.
Silver on.
Here's the thing, and it kills me to say this, but I agree with you. The NBA free agency period, that intense period there, where especially when you have big names, which we may not have a lot of activity this year, maybe we will, but when you do have those big names switching teams during July, it is way more interesting than anything going on in baseball at that time.
Right.
Baseball's right in the middle of the season.
Yes.
4th of July, it's like, that's great.
Yeah, that's
how the
great.
Giants do. I don't know. Where did Paul George go?
Right. That's what I'm saying. This could be like a huge week-long thing that they really make, turn into something. And so I don't know if teams have, complained or something like that. Opposing teams like, hey, we didn't even get a chance to talk to this. I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense, man.
So I disagree with Russell on the Kings and the flexibility of their roster, but they're not going to have a lot of options. Like let's say Kuzma falls through, assuming again that they're talking with Kuzma. It's not like, all right, plan B. Okay, plan C. I think there are limited options. And I don't believe Brandon Ingram is a viable
legitimate option. Right. Why do you think that? Well, I want to hear why you think that.
There's so many hoops you have to jump through, and I don't think he would want to come here. I think he would want to go somewhere where they're going to re-sign him and he's going to get a ton of money. I would think he'd be selective about that. Maybe even if the Kings say, hey, if we want to re-sign you, he might say,
sort of like Siakam kind of thing.
He'd be very risky. And as you've pointed out, and I don't know why people haven't heard you when you've said this, he's hurt all the time.
Right. He's more hurt than Zach LaVine.
Yes.
Outside of this past season, and Zach had a legitimate injury, missed, close to 55 games. But the previous 5 years before that, he was more hurt, Ingram, than Zach LaVine. And so I don't know why people aren't talking about that. And Ingram can be a free agent after the season. You're going to give up assets, picks for a guy for a 1-year rental? I wouldn't do that. No, I'm with you on that. I don't think it's likely to happen.
Yeah, the reporting was by our guy, Jake Fisher, but the wording is interesting. Basically, he said, sources say keep an eye on the Kings when it comes to Ingram.
What does that mean?
That means that some GM or somebody said, I wouldn't be surprised if Sacramento's in on that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, let me report
maybe they're
that.
not, but maybe they are.
Yeah.
That's a far cry from the Kings are talking to the Pelicans,
Not
which
much
we know has
teeth in
been
that
going
report.
on for LaVine and the Bulls and the Kings and the Wizards and Kuzma.
I like Brandon Ingram, the player. I just don't feel like we have the assets or we are willing to give up the assets needed to get him.
We're going to get an update on the draft and the newest King, Devin Carter, when Steve Lapis joins us. Former head coach, UMass and Villanova, CBS Sports College basketball analyst Steve Lapis. Coach joins us next on Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products like Johnson's Baby Powder and Shower to Shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management, LLC.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to upsizematters.com. Go to upsizematters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on. What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Make This the Summer event?
Well, it boils down to this one question. Do you want a great deal? Hoblet has it. Right now, you can save up to $13,500 off MSRP on remaining new 2023 Dodge Challenger or Dodge Charger, starting as low as $25,595. There's just a handful left, and after this month, it's all done.
So this is it. After this month, the savings are all gone.
Yep. So if you've been putting it off, but you've dreamt about getting one of these cars, you better stop by Hoblet Dodge in historic downtown Woodland fast.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the vehicle you want than Hoblet Dodge right now. Don't miss your opportunity. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$13,500 total net savings after $89.20 factory rebates and $45.80 dealer discount. At least 10 at this net savings. $25,595 net price after $64.20 factory rebates. Rebates may include $500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of First Responder Association. VIN number 607624. See dealer for details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports. Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
Hey, guess who's making news today? You've probably seen it yourself, Brandon Aiyuk. So does that mean that we're closer to him getting traded? Are we closer to him signing? We don't know, but we'll be getting to that coming up here with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports. How did you phrase it, Drapes? Brandon Aiyuk is out there? Is that what
he's out there? Yeah, like he's putting himself out there. He's doing interviews. He's doing Instagram lives. Like he's making it known. He's telling his side of the story. And I don't think this looks pretty. And the deal might get done. He reportedly was at the 49ers facility earlier today, did an IG live as he was driving up. But this doesn't look good, man. I can't wait till we get to that sound. A lot of interesting tidbits that he had today.
Do you think that he in any way, shape, or form can help his cause by doing what he's doing now? I mean, it's hard to...
Probably not.
Yeah. I think the court of public opinion, it seems to me it's pretty well set. I mean, I don't think anyone's against him. Most people either like, well, you know, this is what they're going to pay him, or people feel like, man, they're doing him wrong. And I don't see how anyone's really going to come off of that. There's not a lot of people against him that I've heard of or read or talked to.
I think the only way he can get public opinion on his side is if he relays what the Niners have said to them. And sort of like,
but he already has it, doesn't he? That's my point.
Does he have it?
I think so.
No, I think he's kind of polarizing, though. I think some people think, shut up and take the $26 million, or, man, pay this man his money. You know, I think people are split into two camps with him right now.
Just given what he has already achieved and given where the market is, I think it's just any fair look at it is like it's pretty clear. He probably deserves more than what they're offering.
He does, right?
Market value.
Yeah, he may not be a Justin Jefferson or any kind of on that level, but
I'm just not sure what his. Maybe he's just frustrated.
Yeah, it might be frustration.
Know what to do,
right? It might be frustrating, you know. And you know, he's out there. Oh wow, let's see this. Aiyuk on what uniform he guesses he will wear in 2024. Probably a Niner uniform. If not a Niner uniform, probably a Washington Commander. If not Commander, probably Steelers. So it's getting ugly, man. It's you know, one thing he said, and hopefully we'll play the sound later, is at times during the negotiations he felt like they were close, but over the last month or so he doesn't feel like that. And he says the other deals that we've seen around the NFL for wide receivers has impacted
his value and the way he thinks he should be paid.
Well, it just doesn't seem like the 49ers are moving at all.
Right.
If he's not going to move, then you're not getting any closer.
Yeah, exactly. $26 million. And that's our offer. Take it or leave it kind of thing. And so I feel like they're at a stalemate right now.
Poor Russell's at a stalemate, I think, with this Kings offseason. He's wondering what's going on with the Kings. And Russell says, we're probably not going to get anyone. Monty going to sign Chris Duarte 2.0 and call it an offseason.
Yeah, Russell getting a little too loose on this chat, though. He's being a Debbie Downer. He's being
Maybe
mean.
He's trying to get a reaction.
He's being mean to our girl Emmy out there.
Well, that's not.
And so I don't know about this guy right now. He's, when I said Aiyuk is out there, Russell is out there. He's trying to, make himself known on the YouTube chat right now, and so he's feeling negative Nelly. Why is this commercial a thing, man? Listening to Dave talk about girth is nightmare fuel. To be fair, Dave does say he never endorses any product he hasn't tried and approved before. So, oh my gosh, this is.
Why do you want to read
that? I don't. That's my fault. I did. I was just reading word by word, and then it was like, oh, all right, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. So,
to Russell's comment, I don't think there's any way the Kings stand pat. I could see them adding a couple of, maybe splitting up the mid-level if they can't go out and trade for anybody, and trying to add 2 or 3 really solid, good players that make them better rather than bringing in the big guy, the big fish. They may be forced into that, but I don't think that's the plan.
So you're saying it's a possibility that we could have some underwhelming moves. Let's keep it real, Whitey. Let's keep it real.
I'm not going to say underwhelming, but not the big. Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not able to get something done. Like I said, I think there's limited options there.
Yeah.
And I think that is not, that's plan C or D or E or F, but you may have to resort to that.
If we get
not the plan.
A Najee Marshall, let's say, is that a big enough firework, or is that
well, that's what I'm saying is that if you can't get Kuzma or somebody, you may have to settle for like that. And Jalen Smith.
And how do we feel about that, right?
I don't think people are going to feel very good about it.
Actually, but those are 2 very good depth pieces. I agree. I would like that. Are we championship contenders? Probably not. But, hopefully.
But you're better and you keep your long-term plan.
Yeah, flexibility, some assets. Maybe like Jay has always talked about, you're able to flip something at the trade deadline. And so here's what we know, Whitey. It isn't for lack of trying, right? Like all the reports suggest Monty McNair has tried to get Caruso. He's been on Kuzma, Siakam back at the trade deadline. And so you can't fault him if nothing gets done from a trade standpoint. I will say, though, and I wonder if Kings fans would feel this way, should Monty be overpaying for certain? Like a lot of people think the Mikal Bridges trade is an overpay by the New York Knicks. If Monty did a trade like that, are we caring about it being an overpay? I don't think. Are we?
Yes, because the Knicks are close. They think they are anyway. So we overpay, bring in this piece. Boom. Now we're in position to compete with Boston. If the Kings overpay for one piece, I can't see who that piece would be that would be good enough to put them, boom, now we're on a level playing field with the best in the West.
If let's say we had the same package as the Knicks, 5 first-rounders, pick swap, and a player for Mikal Bridges. That's an overpay. But to get Mikal Bridges,
is he good enough right now? Does he make it that much better?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
don't think they're quite close enough yet. But obviously,
and that's the thing, and I think that's the conundrum, with this Kings team, because is a Mikal Bridges, is a LaVine, an Ingram, a very good number 2 in his Fox, and we've had this conversation, good enough to be your number 1 on a championship level team? Or do we need a guy? Because here's the thing, Whitey. Does Kuzma move you? And I was thinking about this driving in. Even if we got Kyle Kuzma, are we a top 4 team in the West?
The thing about Kuzma, no, not just by bringing in Kuzma, but the upside of Kuzma is he's not making a ton of money if you could bring him in and still add somebody else. My point is if you overpay for one piece, no matter what that one piece is, you're limited. That's all you can do, and they're not good enough. They need more than one move. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they do. But here's the thing too, Whitey, and I'm with you on that. I feel like to become a championship level contender, we don't need moves along the margins. And I consider Kuzma that. Like, I feel like I need a guy.
Well, if he's on the margins, and who's a guy that's
I don't know if there's
smacking your-
anybody that makes us a true legitimate contender right now. Honestly, I'm just keeping it real with you, because when I look at OKC, let's say, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Jokic, who is the 4th seed? Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic. I'm talking about top 10 players in the league, Whitey. We need De'Aaron to be. Now, if you tell me De'Aaron's going to make that leap and be a top 15, top 10.
Who else? Who else do you need to make that leap?
Who else?
You need Keegan.
Keegan Murray.
That's what we've said for years.
Yeah, I've been saying Keegan needs to step up 100%. Because I think if you bring in a guy like Kuzma, I don't know if he's a Robin to De'Aaron's Batman. He's more like a Alfred, a number 3.
Really?
I think. Yeah. I think on I'm talking championship, Whitey. Whitey, I'm talking championship.
You just said
big
they
fella.
can't get there. You said
That's
there's
what
no
I'm
way.
saying, right? It has to be over time. It's not a magic pill that you could go, all right, go get Kuzma and Najee Marshall, and now we're going to the championship. I still think we also need guys, Keegan, De'Aaron, to step up. They can't have this season that they just had. Now, if you're telling me it all starts with your star players, Whitey.
Yeah.
I don't care who you got. You got to have the star player. And is De'Aaron taking that leap? He was 3rd-team All-NBA 2 seasons ago. Domas third. I need that level from both those guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's obvious. I'm with you. I think if you did get Kuzma one way or the other, if you had Keegan, you have Kuzma, you have Domas, you have De'Aaron Fox, and then we don't know who the 2 guards are going to be. Maybe you bring somebody in. Maybe it's Devin Carter, whatever. Maybe it's Herter. I think that's a solid,
an improved roster.
I think you're a much better team.
No doubt about it.
Not to mention the depth you have behind that.
You're a playoff team and hopefully not a play-in team. I agree. But it's something we've talked about, Kings fans. Are we hoping to just make the playoffs and be improved, or are we hoping to win a championship? And I think those moves you talked about definitely makes us playoff contenders. But are we going to? I don't know. I'm without De'Aaron taking a step. Like, ultimately, Whitey, what it comes down to in the NBA is, can your stars be stars? Meaning, look at past champions. Jaylen Brown, 2-way player, elite 2-way player. He dictated that series. I know Drew Holiday had his moments. I know, Derek White had his moments. But Jaylen Brown dictated that entire series.
So now you're admitting that he's better than Tatum. Thank you.
In that series, he was. I give you that. Look at Denver. As much as we talk about Gordon and KCP, Jokic is the straw that stirs the drink. Jokic has to be elite. If he's not elite, it doesn't matter. Giannis, Kawhi, Steph, all your stars got to be stars. And Mike Brown has talked about this. At the end of the day, the Kings only go as far as Fox, Sabonis, or whoever the stars are take you. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think Kuzma can help, though. There was a time when you just had Jokic, and they needed to add some of those pieces around him, and then he was able to show his full abilities. I think that's where the Kings are. Hopefully they get some things done. We're going to come right back with a look at what's going on with Brandon Aiyuk. In the news, are we closer to a trade, to him signing? Do we even know? We find out when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now's the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use, but parents need to know more about the dangers of nicotine. So know this. 1. Nicotine is a poison that can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can increase mood swings. 3. It can limit attention and learning. So even when it comes in new tech, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Yeah, we'll get to Brandon Aiyuk situation, but right now, special guest joining us, former head coach with the, I believe, the Manhattan Jaspers, Drapes. In addition to University of Massachusetts and, of course, Villanova, CBS Sports college basketball analyst Steve Lapis with us. How are you today, Coach?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing fine. Thank you so much for your time, especially on a Friday. Hey, can you just tell us here, we're still trying to sort this out, what kind of player do you think the Kings got in Devin Carter?
I love Devin Carter, and I'll tell you what, the biggest thing in basketball, my son's an assistant coach at NJIT in New Jersey, and I tell him all the time, recruit guys, even if they're not as talented or whatever, that play hard. Well, this is a talented guy who plays extremely hard on both ends of the floor. He's not afraid of the moment. I know people have, talked about his three-point shot. His three-point shot this year was so improved, and he made a bunch that I saw in the arena from deep range. But the thing about him is he does everything. He will rebound now obviously at 6'3". He will rebound. He will defend. He will play hard. He will make shots. He will play in transition. I think he's a great addition. And his father's an assistant coach in the NBA. So he grew up in this. And, a lot of times when you grow up in this, it's not too big for you. Mm-hmm. I think this is a kid that kind of thought this is where he was going to be. And I don't think that being in the NBA is going to be too big for him. I really like this pick a lot.
Love it, Coach. Coach Kyle Draper here. Thanks for jumping on with us. Why do you think he fell to the Kings at 13? A lot of mocks had him top 10. What do you think it was that may have scared some teams off? Or they just don't know what they're doing out there?
Well, listen, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There's no question. And I think a lot of people might have questioned his size. At 6'3", he's not a point guard, really. He's a guard. And I think people might have gotten scared away on that. But, when you think about it, I've been on a bunch of radio shows the last couple of days, and for Dalton Connect to fall to where he fell to the Lakers, I thought was bizarre. I thought he was a top 5 pick. So it's a matter of what you like, and I'm going to guess that with Devin, they probably thought maybe a little small, and maybe, can he be a 2-guard in the NBA? Can he adjust to being a point? He's just a really good player, and he's one of those guys, I think he's going to find his way on the court because he is a winner. And when you play hard like that and you love to play like he does, good things happen.
Steve Lapis is with us from CBS Sports, his college basketball analyst, of course, former head coach at a number of schools. Coach, you touched on something that to me is fascinating when we talk about drafts. You talked about this guy who loves to play and play so hard. We've seen guys come into the NBA, and I think that's one of the reasons some guys seemingly mysteriously fails because they don't want to play, and no one knows that until it's too late. Could you speak to how difficult that is? My understanding is there are some players that think they're playing hard when they're really not. And I know dealing with young men, as long as you've been a coach, you've probably seen a lot of attitudes on that.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I can't tell you how many times I sat down in my office with a kid and said, you just don't play hard enough. And he thinks he's playing as hard as he can.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that he's not playing as hard as he can, or he's not competing as hard as some other people. Mm-hmm. And you know what happens? These kids, obviously, that can play in the NBA are all very talented. But everybody does. A lot of guys, they're talented, so they play basketball. They don't play basketball because they love to play basketball. This kid Carter, Devin Carter, he's the type of guy, if he was not drafted and he wasn't making any money, he would probably play 5 days a week. And, you know what I mean? Because he loves to play. And, I think the same thing. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson gets picked in the 2nd round, okay? Nobody could predict that he was okay. But one thing about Jalen Brunson, he would play the same way if he was making no money as now when he's making $25 million. Those are the guys you want to find. They're hard to find, and a lot of times they're hard to put a finger on. But if you can get one or two, and really that's what the Knicks have become. That's why the Knicks are good, because they got a bunch of guys like that. That's where you want to get to.
Hey, Coach, what do you make of the international players, 3 in the top 6, collegiate players, not in the 1 and 2 range? What do you make of just the way the draft shook out with the number of international players at the very top of that first round?
Well, this year was not considered a great draft, though I'm pretty high on Reed Shepherd. I'm pretty high on Stephon Castle from UConn. I think those guys are going to be really good players. And, let's face it, the Europeans have done an unbelievable job catching up to us with our game. 20 years ago, you would never see 2 foreign kids pick 1st and 2nd in the draft. As a matter of fact, last year, Wembanyama, another French kid, this year another French kid goes 1st in the draft. So, that's kind of where the game has gone so international that it's almost not a big deal anymore. Foreign kids are getting coached extremely well. And a lot of those coaches in Europe, I'd say, are very innovative, especially when it comes to offensive schemes and things like that. So it's not a surprise, and it wasn't a great draft, even though there's no doubt there are going to be a couple of guys come out of this draft that are going to end up being stars.
Catching up with Coach Steve Lapis here with the Drive Guys. And, Coach, I wanted to ask you about Devin Carter's jump shot. As you pointed out, he was the numbers – point out that he was an excellent 3-point shooter last year, but that I don't know if it's a hitch or the delivery is a little unorthodox. Do you think that could be a concern headed to the next level?
It is a little unorthodox, but the one thing that he has developed really is incredible range. Now, is he going to be a guy that's going to take 2 dribbles and pull up from 3? That's not what he is, but he's the type of guy where, if somebody drives it and his man helps a little bit and you kick it to him, he'll be ready to stick it. He's not going to stick it off the dribble, but he will stick a ton of them off the catch. So, no, he's not a guy. I wouldn't call him he's not Reed Shepherd. Let me just say that in terms of shooting, but he's a guy you've got to respect. You cannot leave him alone. It's like a guy like Stephon Castle, who got picked 4th. He's a guy that I think NBA people right now are going to test. They're going to lay off at him and let him take that shot. You're not going to let Devin Carter take the shot. Now, he may not pull up on you or things like that, but you have to respect his ability to make that, and you can't help as much as you may want to.
That's good stuff right there from Steve Lapis. Coach, when you look at the draft, who are some guys that, slipped? Who are some of these winners that, they found some diamonds in the rough, some guys that other teams slept on?
Well, I think to a degree. Now, he got picked in the first round. Baylor Shireman from Creighton was a guy I'm really high on. At 6'7", 6'8", knockdown 3-point shooter, was one of the leading defensive rebounders in the country at his spot. So I think he's a guy who has the potential to be a star. And then you look in the second round, a kid like Jamal Shead from Houston, playing for Kelvin Sampson, plays so hard. He's a guy who's so tough. And there's another guy, loves to play, plays hard every day. So you look at those kind of guys. Tyler Kolek, I thought, was a really good pick for the Knicks to back up a guy like Jalen Brunson. Another kid who just loves to play, smart, understands the game, coachable. I think those are a few guys that, you can see maybe really good things happen for that came in the second round.
Steve Lapis, our guest here on Sactown Sports. Coach, how about Dalton Connect? What's your best guess as to why he fell as far as he did?
Let me tell you something. I have no idea. And I'm going to tell you this. I watched him on tape a lot this year. And then I had him I did the regionals for CBS this year in the NCAA tournament. So I had Tennessee and Purdue. And I'll tell you what, you watch a guy on tape, you get a good feel. But when you watch him live, you really get a good feel. So sometimes when you see tape, you watch a guy live, you come away, not as good as I thought. Then sometimes you come away and say, wow, this guy's better than I thought. That's how I felt about Dalton Connect. He is a tremendous athlete. He also people pigeonhole you into being like, oh, he can shoot. He's a shooter. Well, he's more than that. He can go off the dribble. He can finish in transition. He's got long arms, so he's really longer. He's really taller than the 6'6" that he's listed as. But I think he has the potential to be a star. And it's amazing that he's a kid that was at Northern Colorado, and he transfers, and he's the SEC Player of the Year, and he's a first-team All-American. I love Dalton Connect. I think the Lakers got a big-time steal right there.
Oh, great.
I'm with you, Coach. Dalton Connect was number one on my board for the 13th pick. If he was there, I said, Kings, take this guy, Dalton Connect. He's ready to come in, and I agree 100% with you. Coach, for all the talk about this being a weak draft and no consensus number one, you expect some all-star level talent down the road to come out of this draft?
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and try. Now, I think Dalton Connect is one of those guys that has that potential. But it's so hard to sit here and to try to think. I think the kid from Duke, McCain, that the Sixers got,
yeah.
Tremendous shooter, a tough. There's another guy, tough kid, loves to play, can shoot the heck out of it. So yeah, there's going to be some, but I'm not going to sit here and try to, who would have predicted that Jalen Brunson was going to go into the NBA playoffs and score over 43 games in a row? Jay Wright, who's a good friend of mine, I see him all the time. He couldn't have imagined that in a million years. He coached him. So I mean, it's just a lot of it is a crapshoot. Like I said, though, the biggest thing is get guys that love to be in the gym and that want to play. In other words, you get these guys, a guy like Jalen Brunson, if you didn't pay him, he'd want to play basketball every day. Mm-hmm. That's what you want. Michael Jordan was a guy, he just wanted to. The money was important, obviously, but he was not playing for the money. He was playing for the love of the game and winning. That's what you want to find.
Steve Lapis, CBS Sports, former college coach at Villanova, UMass, and Manhattan. Yeah. Coach, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Hope to talk to you again soon.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach.
Yeah, great. The Lakers got a really good player. I mean, we knew that. I just don't like to keep hearing it all the time.
I told you that, Whitey. Yeah. I told you, man. The Dalton Connect was my guy at the top of the D list. It hurts seeing him go to L.A. It hurts.
He just mentioned MJ. I saw an MJ story today. What do you make of this? According to this story, I think some of this is based on Sam Smith's book, Michael Jordan was really mad that the Knicks got that they got Oakley in exchange for Bill Cartwright.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan really started to see Oakley go. So he took it out on Bill Cartwright from Elk Grove, by the way, and he would throw him intentionally bad passes in practice to underscore and really demonstrate how Cartwright had bad hands. And supposedly he also told his teammates at the end of a game, never throw it to him. Don't ever throw it to him at crunch time. And Cartwright went to him and said, hey, what is this? And apparently they worked things out. But what do you think of that story, MJ?
Jordan sounds like a jerk to me, man. Let's keep it. I'm not surprised. He sounds like a jerk. What is he doing, man? Oh, my gosh. Jordan, another reason why he's not the GOAT. Right there.
And you win 3 championships. Like, yeah, I guess he's okay.
I guess he's all right.
We can work things out here. Man. All right. When we come back, Aiyuk. Yeah. Aiyuk is on fire. Next to the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Friday, featuring sunshine along with temperatures a little warmer than yesterday. Highs will peak today in about the mid-90s. Expect overnight lows to drop off to the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's the 4th of July sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where you'll find the largest selection of vehicles in Northern California. With unbeatable deals and amazing financing options, there's never been a better time to drive away in your dream vehicle. The Roseville Auto Mall, where your perfect ride awaits.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor
outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, it was quite a day on the last homestand when the A's honored their 1974 World Series championship team. And among those in attendance, second baseman Dick Green, who won the Babe Ruth Award as the best player in that year's postseason, despite going 0 for 13 at the plate in the World Series. That shows you what he meant to the ball club on the defensive side of things.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rate supply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Celebrate Sacramento Rivercats baseball during our 25th anniversary season. Pick your favorite weekly promotion, giveaway game, or theme night, and join the fun at Sutter Health Park. Stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with the brightest fireworks in town. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Right. McCaffrey runs around. Purdy pressures. Purdy throws. Caught by Brandon Aiyuk. Touchdown! San Francisco. Aiyuk is on fire!
How about that? Brandon Aiyuk is on fire this offseason. Wait for the 49ers to give him his money. You know, we've talked a lot about this, Drapes, the fact that the 49ers have gone through something very similar to this situation. In recent years, last year it was Bosa. We had Debo before that. And there was some animosity, especially with Debo's situation, but he ended up getting his money. They sorted it out. Bosa got his money. He was a little late, getting to camp, which hurt him a little bit, and the team too last year, but they sorted it out. This feels different. This one feels like the 49ers are dug in, and Brandon Aiyuk is not only dug in, but he's hurt.
Seems like he's going on the offensive right now, right?
Trying to.
He kept quiet for so long. Then you had the TikTok video. Now he's on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, and he seems frustrated, man. He seems upset at the snail's pace of these negotiations, seems disrespected. And so this is a lot different, I think, than the Bosa situation, because tell me if I'm wrong here, Whitey. I think the consensus was, and everybody agreed, Bosa was a top 5 defensive lineman in the league. I don't think the consensus is Brandon Aiyuk's a top 5, top 7 wide receiver in the league. Like, I feel like, there's a varying degrees of what you think, not you personally, but people think of Brandon Aiyuk and his importance to this team.
I think you're right. And I think in addition to that, it's also important if you really study, Kyle Shanahan, the way he puts his team together, the positions he values.
Right.
He values, this is documented, like pass rushers, quarterbacks. I believe there's a story about when they were getting McCaffrey. He's like, do we want to pay that much for a guy that's not a pass rusher or a quarterback? Well, Brandon Aiyuk's a wide receiver, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think he feels like everybody else is paying their receivers this crazy amount of money, but
we're not
gonna.
Yeah.
They're not that valuable to us. It looks to me like that's where they are. So here was Brandon Aiyuk, as you mentioned, on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, explaining what he thinks of what's going on.
Well, first of all, that's my dog right there. That's my dog. We good friends. We talk on the phone every day. So just like we talked earlier, we're starting to get our own footage. We're getting our own footage, recording everything. Just enjoying the process. Just have my lady record stuff, record everything that's going on so that I can look back on it, because it's exciting times. It's stressful, but it's exciting. And I want to have these memories. And that was just a moment that she caught that got off the phone with the Niners. They told me what they told me. I passed the information on to him.
You said they told you what they told you. There's no way the Niners said, Brandon Aiyuk, first-round pick, all-pro wide receiver, we don't want you back. What was it exactly that they told you that prompted that conversation with JD?
They told me that they didn't think that we were on the same page and that they didn't believe that we were going to. And that was about it at that time. But it's part of it. It's part of the contract negotiations, trying to sway stuff in either direction. So whether that's 100% true or not, I guess that's still to find out.
So he was talking about Jane Daniels and posting that video that we talked about where Brandon Aiyuk said, they told me they don't want me. I got to give Ryan Clark a lot of credit there, because that was a really good question. The way he phrased it, I was like, there's no way they told you they don't want you.
Exactly. It was, and Aiyuk response, I'm reading some of the quotes that he had to say, and this is why I think it's, headed towards a slippery slope, a bad ending here. He said, throughout this process, there have been times when we're super close. I'm telling my agent, quote, let me get my suit ready. I've got to get it back to the Bay. I got to get right to sign this contract. He goes on to say, there's days and times like in the past month or so where you could say we are pretty far apart. Pretty far apart.
Mm-hmm.
And so, $26 million is a lot of money. It's more than Debo gets, more than T. Higgins got with the franchise tag. But after seeing everybody else get paid, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Amon St. Ra, all these guys get their checks, get paid. Aiyuk's like, man, I might be better than those guys, And I do think, I know the Niners have all the leverage, He's under contract. They could franchise tag him, everything like that. But Aiyuk is wildly important to this team, Whitey. It's not like he's some schlub or a slot receiver or somebody. Like, this is your number one receiver who does more than what just shows up in the box score. Like, there's a reason why the Niners offense clicked at such a high level. And I know CMC and Debo get a lot of credit, Trent, all those Kittle. But Aiyuk played his part too.
I agree.
And, he played his part to perfection. And so it's he's feeling disrespected right now.
They're playing chicken with him right now.
Right, they are. And the way him rolling around with Jane Daniels like that, and I know they're boys and everything, but it sounds like he's trying to, all right, if not here, send me to Washington then. Mm-hmm. That's where I want to be. That's what it feels like right now.
I think he's trying to send messages to the team through these various channels about how frustrated he is. And basically the team's like, so
right.
This is what we're offering. Are you going to take it or not? We're still negotiating, so we're not going to do anything. We'll get back to you if we haven't heard from you when we have to make a decision.
Right.
So,
right. And they don't have to right now.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing happening.
And he's really frustrated.
Exactly. And let me ask you this, because these things can change in a heartbeat. This might be all posturing out there by Brandon Aiyuk right now. Do you think this gets done? Or does he enter the season a disgruntled wide receiver with 1 year on his deal?
It feels to me like it's not going to get done. And
that's how it feels right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that how it feels to you?
That's how it feels. Yeah.
And it always, like I said, in the past, there's always been the sense of, they're going to figure this out. But this one, it feels like they're really dug in such a way that he sees that and he doesn't understand why. Why are they so dug in? And they're not going to move off of that.
It's their philosophy. It's the way that, you talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, if they bungle this.
They got Ricky Pearsall there.
They got that. Exactly.
Scheme, arrogance.
Tremendous OTAs and voluntary camps so far for Ricky Pearsall. This is what? How many years in a row? Was Debo 2 years ago? 3 years?
I think I'm not sure if it was 3 years, but if it was at least 3 out of 4 years.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 where you got one of your star players in a contract dispute. That's not good business.
I think it might be 3 in a row.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. So, but this one has a different feel to it. So at some point, and the other thing is, even if you get to a point where you go, all right, you're going to have to play for what you're under contract for. I mean, if he balks at that, then if you're the 49ers, that's not acceptable. If you're not going to play to your fullest, or you're not capable of playing to your fullest, then we have to move on.
I mean, and if
we have to trade you.
You don't want a disgruntled guy in camp, and
especially when you're trying again. You're trying to fit through that little window.
You don't want a distraction, a disruption, if you will. And so,
luckily, there's nobody else in the NFC that you have to worry about. Dallas, there's like nothing else in the conference.
I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah,
it's a Friday, Whitey. You're not going to get me upset today. You're not going to drag me down with you right now, man.
Free pass to the Super Bowl at least.
Go ahead, think that, Niners. I dare you right now. That confidence, cockiness, overconfidence.
Simone would agree, I think.
No, Simone's still hurting from the Super Bowl.
No.
She's still
We've
salty.
licked all those wounds.
You're still salty.
I'm not worried about no Cowboys.
Are you worried about Aiyuk at all?
What about Aiyuk?
You think Aiyuk will be back?
No, it seems like they're going to get the deal done. Some
you think
monopoly money. Yeah, we're going to make it happen.
Why are they doing this to this guy? Why are they dragging this out? Just pay the man his 28 and be done with it. It's just
that Shanahan loves his drama. He's like one of my housewives. He loves the drama. So it's always got to be something before the season tips off. So we'll see.
I got a quick question, Simone.
Please.
This is totally different. Are you a Taylor Swift fan? Yes or no?
I would say no. I'm sorry.
Even I could have told you that.
I didn't. I know you're a Beyonce, part of the Beehive. I know you. Dang, you're not a Taylor Swift fan.
I just think she's
don't
product. It's
Simone,
a mediocre product.
You're a guest here.
I am a guest.
Remember that. Don't be slandering Taylor Swift.
I love that people love her, and that's great. I just think she is a mediocre product.
I can't hear that.
You did ask. You did ask, Simone.
And we pride ourselves on honesty on the drive, guys. That's what I heard. That's the inscription that is written on all the walls.
I see how it is, Simone.
I'm sorry.
There's that sign over the studio, our studio. You come in every day.
What did it say?
You hit it. We keep it real.
Really? Oh, keep it real. I must have missed that sign. All right, Simone. You can cut your mic now. Thanks for contributing.
I'll play some.
Thanks for contributing.
What do we call her? T Swift later?
Tay Tay.
Tay Tay.
Yeah, that's what I call her. Tay Tay.
Really?
Yeah, that's my girl.
I don't want to say anything bad about her. Your daughter's a big fan, and that's
huge
cool.
Huge fan.
That's awesome.
And your boy got a bonus check today too. I might buy those tickets to see Taylor Swift in
bonus
Toronto.
Check.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bonus check, big fella. You know me.
Yeah.
We won't need to dive into that. Let that go and keep it moving.
You're the one that brought up the bonus check.
How about this, Russell on the chat? Taylor Swift is just country Beyonce, mediocre.
Wow.
That means Beyonce's mediocre then, right?
Country Beyonce. He's saying country Beyonce.
Yeah.
Country Beyonce is mediocre. That's
and with the genre, no. What we're not going to do is slander Beyonce, who is a generational talent. You're not going to tell me Tay Tay is a generational talent over Beyonce.
Is. Look at the number. Nobody saying over Beyonce. Okay. Don't try and spin my words, Simone.
Russell's words.
Yesterday was Drapes against Jay on Taylor Swift versus Tupac.
There you go.
It's Taylor Swift versus Beyonce.
I love Beyonce. Come on, man. I'm not going to slander Beyonce at all. That's my girl.
You came awfully close there.
No, not at all.
Fearfully close. When we come back, Jerry Reynolds says it's the Kings' position of need right now. So what free agents could address that need? We will examine when we come back. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It'll be a mild start to Saturday with temperatures in the low 60s, light winds, strong sunshine, and afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more, plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we buy from ourselves. Right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. See our certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Slash presents Serpent Festival, a celebration of the blues. Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley, starring Slash, Warren Haynes Band, Samantha Fish, and Eric Gales. It's gonna be a steep climb. Don't miss an all-star night of blues, Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Serpent Festival.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The first known hole-in-one in golf history happened in 1868, or was it 1869? A photo of the original scorecard from Scotland's Prestwick Golf Club shows that young Tom Morris made a 1 on the 8th hole during the Open Championship. On the original scorecard, however, 1869 was scratched out, and 68 was written in its place. Confusion reigned in the 1930s when all the scorecards were collated with the 1869 date being changed to 1868. But vintage newspaper reports from the local press confirmed that 1869 was indeed the correct year. The station hole, a 166-yard par 3 on Prestwick's original 12-hole layout, is where the ace was made. Young Tom Morris was 18 years old at the time and would go on to defeat the 13 other players in the field by 9 shots. He even beat his father, old Tom Morris, by 23 shots. A year earlier, young Tom became the youngest champion in tournament history at 17, a record that stands today. He went on to win 4 Open Championships in a row. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
We have breaking NBA news. Doesn't involve your Sacramento Kings directly. It does involve a team that beat the bejeebies out of them. Here's Kyle Draper with more.
Both Shams and Woj reporting this. The Hawks trading DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are getting DeJounte Murray for 2 first-round picks, Larry Nance Jr. and Dyson Daniels. So 2 players and 2 first-round picks going from the Pelicans to the Hawks. Meanwhile, the Pelicans get DeJounte Murray.
That was one of our guys. Uh-oh. Drapes is down in the dumps now.
Because.
What are you upset about?
Yesterday, Whitey, we did a small exercise. Starting backcourts in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Did OKC with Shea and Jalen Williams. Did Denver, Jamal Murray, KCP if KCP resigns. Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley. Now you got to deal with DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum. And how about this, Kings fans? The Pelicans, who gave us fits, had us in straitjackets with their defense, just got another long perimeter defender.
Mm-hmm.
They have improved on this day. They give up Nance, who's a nice, solid bench player. Dyson Daniels, solid player. But DeJounte Murray's a former All-Star. This is a massive move for the Pelicans. This is, if they don't trade BI and if they keep things the way it is, they are a Western Conference Finals contender.
They're better off trading Ingram. You trade Ingram, Herb Jones can slide in there.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't need a lot of shots.
But why would you trade Ingram? I know you probably lose him, but from a basketball standpoint?
Well, apparently they felt that when they had the 3 guys on the floor, McCollum and Zion and BI, it didn't work.
Really?
That's what they said.
That's what they said?
Yes.
I don't think we saw it a whole lot, though.
That's what their GM said. He said, you know, in the past, we felt like we didn't see enough, but he said, we feel like we've seen enough.
I would hang on to BI, see how it goes first half
of
the season, maybe move him at the deadline or something like that. But getting DeJounte Murray, man, this makes it tougher. The West got tougher, Kings fans, and we got to do something. You know what it is? Here's the thing. Whitey, you've mentioned it time and time again. The Pelicans now are on I-80 going 85. Yeah, they're just zoom, zoom. And we're still revving up. We're at 65, 10-2 driving.
You know, Prius is a great car, but we're in that Prius.
Yeah, we're in that Prius.
Coming up towards Sacramento on 80. What was that? That was the Pelicans. They just got DeJounte Murray.
And my son just texted me, the Hawks got robbed.
Well, they're tearing it down.
They're tearing it down, right?
Doing it?
Yeah. They're tearing it down to the studs. I wouldn't be surprised if Trae Young gets dealt at some point. But this is massive. Lowell Murray down there for the Athletic in Los Angeles. The Pelicans got to be shopping CJ after a move like that. I don't think so. I think one of the issues the Pelicans had, they use CJ as a point guard more so. Like, I think CJ and DeJounte Murray can play in the backcourt together. I love this move for them. This hurts, man. I hate seeing other teams in the West get better. We got to do something, Whitey.
Yeah. You hate to see teams when we're sitting there going, how big of an impact player can we get?
Right.
Well, it might not be a big impact player. We'd like it if it is. And then, what was that?
And Russell over here trolling. But here's the thing, though, Whitey. 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago before this news came out, we would have been happy with Jalen Smith and Najee Marshall or whoever, Kuzma.
Yeah.
I guess we'd still be happy with that. But other teams are getting big names, man. They're getting all-star talent, needle movers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what these are fireworks. That's a firework.
Mm-hmm.
What we just saw.
What was the cost? And do the Kings have the capability of matching that cost for a similar player? 2 first-rounders, right?
All right, yeah, Kings got that, right?
Yeah.
They could do that.
And
Nance Jr.
And Dyson Daniels, who's a pretty good young player.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
We can't do that. Huh?
I mean, the Kings, the closest they could come would be 2 first-rounders and then what? Keon and then Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Oh,
see, get him.
They already got
Hang him up. Marty, that's Marty. See, you
just
drapered yourself right there. See, it happens, right?
Yeah.
It happens. But no, now you see how easy it is to happen.
I've been doing that all day.
I'm just saying. But here it is, man. It's the West is an arms race right now, man. And, we can't afford to just be, working on the margins, slow and steady wins the race. Not really. I mean, not when everybody's getting better. It'd be different if DeJounte Murray is 35 years old or something.
If you want
like that.
all in on Zach LaVine, just say it. I feel like
I've already
that's where
said
you're
that.
going. That's where you're
fella.
trying to push.
I've already gone on record as saying that. And our boy Jay, who's on vacation, but he's still texting us, he said, damn. DeJounte for a few bench players and what's going to be some late first rounders. So he's upset. Pelicans gave up Dyson Daniels and some possibilities like spades, one of the few possibles for an all-star.
Do we know what year the picks are? And I don't mean to barrage.
Yeah, I got you right here. Yeah, Woj put that out there. Woj says the Pelicans are trading a 2025 first-round pick. That's valuable by way of the Lakers. So it's the Lakers' first-round pick and the least favorable Milwaukee Pelicans 2027 first-round pick. So who knows? I don't even know what that draft looks like.
Yeah.
But the worst of those two.
Yeah.
But that 2025 pick.
Right. And that's when the Kings can't trade.
Yeah.
Because it's hung up with the
up with the Hawks.
Yeah.
This is not good, man.
So look at that. The Hawks, they're collecting 2025
Yeah,
picks.
think about that.
Yeah.
They could have the Kings pick,
Yeah.
their own pick, and the Pelicans
they're camping
pick.
for Cooper.
Oh, I like that. And he might be a dude you trade 2-3 first rounders to move up and get.
Yeah.
This is major news, man. This is the Pelicans of all teams. They just got better today. A team that beat us 6 times.
About a week or two before the deadline last year. I remember the Kings were in Atlanta. And I think they won that game. I think a big comeback. Then they come from way behind. But anyway, you and I were talking about players. What are the Kings going to do at the deadline? And, you and I, we don't always agree. But remember, we landed on DeJounte Murray. And we were both like, yes, that's the guy.
I would love
and he
DeJounte.
had a bad second half that night.
Yeah, he did.
But now here he is on his way to the Pelicans.
They got some assets, man. They got some talent down there. You got CJ, Zion, DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones.
Even they're like secondary guys.
Right.
The guys that here would be maybe more than secondary guys.
Exactly. Yeah, they're doing a great job down there. And the West is getting tougher, man. And, it's interesting because, when you look at Monty usually doesn't react to outside forces, what everybody else is doing. But he has to do something. Kuzma, LaVine, Grant, somebody got to come here to sack.
Lil Uzi Vert. I'd rather get Jeremy than LaVine. They cost the same, but Jeremy far better defensively, an upgrade from HB and averages 20. Actually, I think Jeremy's a little less than LaVine as far as what you have to pay him. It's a lot, but it's less than LaVine.
Yeah, less money, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Lil Uzi Vert says, no to Kelly Oubre. Jerry says we need forward. Remember yesterday, Jerry said, well, they need like a power forward.
They need a power forward. Oubre's not that. Jeremy Grant might be the guy. He might be the guy if we could somehow swing that. I want to know what Kings fans think, Whitey, because maybe I'm overreacting to this DeJounte Murray news. But same thing with the Caruso trade a week ago. Same thing, now with this. I'm tired of seeing teams ahead of us or in the Western Conference going for it, making moves, man. It gets me antsy. It makes me like, let's do something, Monty. Let's do something.
Lil Uzi Vert says, I'm famous now. Thanks, guys.
Way
to go.
Is this your 15 minutes of fame? Jeez.
Did you get for listening? We appreciate it. You're part of the show. When we come back, are the Kings really a team to keep an eye on in the chase for Brandon Ingram? Speaking of the Pelicans, next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's the ride everybody wants to be driving, and Elk Grove Kia has them in stock right now. I'm talking about the 2024 Kia Telluride. And my friends at Elk Grove Kia can get you behind the wheel of a 2024 Telluride SX for only $419 a month, plus taxes and fees. Whenever I see one of these driving down the road or next to me at a red light, I just stop and admire it because the Kia Telluride just looks iconic. And not only is the Kia Telluride beautiful, it's got room for the whole family. There's a seating capacity for up to 7 passengers. Plus, it's loaded with tech. So is the 2024 Kia Telluride the right ride for you and your family? Come on down to Elk Grove Kia and the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Give it a test drive. And just a heads up, when you're here at Elk Grove Kia, you're going to be treated very well. You're not going to get this kind of car buying experience in Roseville, Vacaville, Sacramento, or Davis. That's why Elk Grove Kia has so many 5-star reviews. Again, check them out in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online, elkgrovekia.com. 24-month lease, $0 security deposit, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles per year, $4,999 due at signing based on approval of credit. VIN number 501850, ends June 30th, 2024.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
All right, look, don't be discouraged, Kings fans. Yeah, the Pelicans kind of had your number this year. They just made a move we just found out in the last 5 minutes. DeJounte Murray on his way to New Orleans. But that's no cause for this kind of reaction. Before we went to break, I asked the question, are the Kings really a team to keep an eye on in the chase for Brandon Ingram? And Beeman says, no, we're not. We're a team to keep an eye on, to tank for Cooper Flagg. The whole West is getting better. That attitude's not going to help.
That's terrible. Come on, man. Come on. I know Beeman's fired up, and the chat is fired up right now.
Other handle or something?
Right. He's got 2 phones working right now. The West is getting better. I have full faith that Monty's going to get something done this week. Something has to happen. We were just talking to, and I was like, man, we need a Woj bomb or something. As soon as that we said that, man, the big trade came today. So.
Here's the dang deal on the Kings and Brandon Ingram. As you may have seen, Jake Fisher, Yahoo, says one team to monitor for Ingram would be Sacramento, and he cited NBA sources. Again, that's not saying a lot, right? You have to obviously parse the language.
Yeah.
The Kings are talking with the Pelicans about a deal that would involve Brandon Ingram. That's one thing. This isn't that. This is a source says one team to monitor for Ingram would be Sacramento. Might not be, but it would be.
Might not be, it would be, yeah.
To me, that sounds like, maybe even a scout or somebody said, hey, Sacramento might throw their hat in the ring on that.
Yeah.
I'd monitor that. So then, you get that, and it looks like maybe more than it is.
Yeah, not much teeth to that report there. But, we've heard about the Kyle Kuzma thing for a while. The Brandon Ingram thing, now that this happened, with the trade for DeJounte Murray, does that make them more or less likely to move on from Brandon Ingram?
My read of it is that it almost doesn't affect it. It's like they were ready to move off of him because they didn't want to pay him. I mean, does bringing in DeJounte Murray make them more likely to pay Ingram? I don't think.
Do you go all in this year and then let Ingram walk, or wait till trade deadline, see where you stand at right now?
Trace, my read, and I know you have friends down there, you talk to people down there. My read is they feel like he's part of the problem.
Really?
As good as he is, it's like it doesn't fit with those three. So they had to choose, well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to keep Zion and we'll keep CJ. We'll bring in another. Now we have a new third wheel, and that means BI is bye-bye. I think that's the way that
is. And I forgot they got Trey Murphy down there also.
Yes.
So they got some talented wings.
That's what I say, like
there.
Somebody like him and Herb Jones
need
on
more.
Other teams, they'd be, higher up on the totem pole.
Yeah.
They're good players.
Yeah. All right. So you're saying, Monty, the BI sweepstakes, we could still be in that then, if we're even in that.
Yeah, I don't see how it works. Tell me how it works, because I know a lot of fans are excited about Brandon Ingram. He's a star. He's a big name. Ooh, there you go. I can't see how it would add up. Tell me how it would. Maybe I'm wrong. What am I missing?
I think the Pelicans still need some shooting. I think, an outside shooter they would like, if that's Herter or somebody else, whatever, a draft pick. But for a 1-year rental, the question is, how much are you willing to give up if you're Monty McNair? I might be willing to sweeten the pot, man, and make that deal, as long as you're not mortgaging the entire future and giving up 2 or 3 first-round picks. But I do think Brandon Ingram would fit here in Sac.
It's really interesting because, remember, we just read in that piece by Sam and Slates, they said there's some internal regret that they didn't pursue Siakam without a guarantee that he'd stay.
Right.
To me, that's silly. But apparently there's some people within the organization that feel like, wow, we should have tried that. So maybe those same people are going to say, we got to do it now. We could have done it before, we didn't.
Maybe
now
some regret, some remorse by
yes,
not.
Exactly. So we can't let Ingram just slip through our hands.
Yeah.
We got to take that chance. I wouldn't do it, but maybe that's the way some people in the organization feel.
Maybe.
And maybe that reasoning will carry the day.
Yeah, maybe you get a little antsy too, and you got to overpay and get something done. The fan base is up in arms, up in a roar right now, and so maybe you got to get something done if you're Monty.
Do you think he would stay here? Obviously, who knows?
I think it was probably money situation, right? I don't know if he has his preferred destination, and I don't know what the CBA rules like. How much could we offer him to resign? But you may have to do that, Whitey. Like, think about this. If you buy low, if you're not giving up Keegan Murray or one of your core players, is it worth taking a shot at somebody? It's, I'm looking at a guy like Ingram that could get you 25 a night, not just 20. A mid-range assassin, an ISO ball god. This guy can get his own shot. And then you look at, what would it take to give up? I don't think you'd have to give up any of your core pieces. Maybe a pick with a protection.
You mean because of the risk of him not resigning?
Right, of him not resigning. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But the only thing that would affect that is if there's somebody else that says, we want him and we will resign him. So we will give you more. I don't know what the market is.
Yeah, I feel like we're stuck right now. This is tough.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough right now.
I'm not that excited about him. I know I'm in the minority because I get it. He's a nice player, but especially with the contract and everything, I'd rather have your guy. I think I'd rather have Zach LaVine than Ingram.
All right, no argument from me, big fella.
Okay.
Zach LaVine's my guy. Zach LaVine is a bucket. Zach LaVine is a guy you give the ball and say, get out the way, let him do his thing.
But how do I do anything to add to my roster if I bring him in? And I don't know the answer,
right?
Because we're not cap. I'm certainly
no.
not.
I'm not saying that's the number one. Remember, we had this discussion about the cap situation and the hard cap and all that, second apron, first apron, and all that. From a contract situation, I just don't see the Kings doing it. Basketball wise, it makes tons of sense. I said it earlier. When you look at the guard rotation, you got Carter, you got Malik, you got Keon, but I still wouldn't mind an upper level all-star caliber guard.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned, backcourts now. Let's call it what it is. CJ and DeJounte Murray move up in the backcourt rankings in the West now after this trade.
This is a good point, and I like DeJounte Murray, but this is a good point from the 279. This is Murray's third team. Must be something going on. Your guess is as good as mine, but if he was that great, he wouldn't be in his third team already. I don't know if anything's going on. By all accounts, he's a good guy, and he plays hard, and he's unselfish, but that's an interesting point, and I've wondered about it myself.
Interesting point, but not true. How many teams Drew Holiday been on?
Drew Holiday's been on 5.
Exactly. It's just fit. Sometimes, the fit doesn't work. And third team, let's be honest, San Antonio, he was an all-star. You go to Atlanta, Atlanta's a dumpster fire. And I don't think it's DeJounte Murray's fault. I think Trae Young, is the leader of that team. And, they've struggled with him as the leader. So Atlanta's looking to hit the reset button.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is an indication that they wanted to get rid of DeJounte or he's a malcontent or he's not. They're building for the future. They realize, and you know how this is, they don't want to be a middling team just making the play. And it seems to me like they're looking to bottom out. We had the report earlier this week or last week. Everybody's on the trade block in Atlanta except and I keep forgetting the young kid's name. And so
Jalen
Johnson. Yeah. So they're looking to bottom out here. They're looking to do the Brooklyn Nets game plan. Utah, OKC, bunch of draft picks, and start building that.
I think the Spurs moved off of DeJounte Murray because they felt like he's really good. We're going to tank a little bit.
Right.
And he's, we'll move him for something that's going to help us in the short term. Then he goes to Atlanta, and they're like, this is going to be great. Him and Trae, here we go. That didn't quite work. It wasn't his fault, so they're moving off of him. So I think it's more that than there's something wrong with this
Something
guy.
wrong with him.
Time will tell. Yeah. We'll take a timeout. Come right back. We'll get to the phones as well as we roll on here, and we got to get to the Kings and the Brandon Ingram situation. Are they in? Should they be? Do you want them to be? Sactown Sports.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
It's a toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year, and thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh,
you don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
From one of the smartest listeners / viewers in radio / YouTube, Dennis Youngblood. The Hawks and Pelicans almost made a trade for DeJounte Murray happen back in February, but Herb Jones not being included into talks. New Orleans held firm yet again, keeping Jones completely off limits. Is that true? Of course it's true. Dennis Youngblood says it on the chat, so I'm going with it.
Yeah, if Dennis Youngblood says it, I'm in it.
I'm rolling with it. Yeah, but DeJounte Murray on his way to the Pelicans. Great news on a Friday for Kings fans, huh?
Yeah. This
like
is,
they need help.
Like they need help. And then my boy Jay King, who writes for The Athletic, covers the Celtics. Don't know if the Pelicans are done dealing, but pretty sure you couldn't dream up a worse fit than Murray, McCollum, Ingram, and Zion. I don't know. I got to see it. I don't know about that.
I think Ingram's gone.
Yeah, and Ingram, you get some shooting. You got Murray and McCollum as your backcourt, Herb Jones and Trey Murphy as your, 3-4. But don't forget Valanciunas also. What's his status? Free agent. So they might lose him too. So.
Is it just me? And I know it's legal now, and I'm not insinuating anything improper, but is it just me or does Brandon Ingram always look like he's high as a kite?
It's just the look on his face, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, always.
Yeah.
I just say, as he look that way.
He doesn't. Not saying, you're not making any accusations.
No, and it's all legal anyway.
Okay. Yeah, right.
But you know what I mean?
No, I hear what you're saying. I've never, looked at him like that, but I can see what you're saying.
Thank you. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. George on Sactown Sports. Hello, George. How are you?
Hey, thank you, guys. Hey, I honestly do not have a trust in McNair whatsoever. I don't think he's going to be to make it happen. Well, let me tell you why. They were chasing Vezinkov for about 60,000 miles. They finally got him here 4 months later. They wanted to trade him, and now they trade him with another with a backup point guard for somebody I never heard of, and a two second rounders, for God's sakes. Now, you know what? You guys have never really made a comment on a mistake that McNair actually made.
Not true. Go ahead, though.
He signed Barnes. 3 years, $54 million. 3 months later, they're looking to try to trade him. Are you kidding me? So they repeated it with Vezinkov. They're repeating it with Barnes. And now Barnes, you can't even move him. Who in the world would want to take Barnes? If I was a bad team, would I take Barnes with $34 million left? Heck no. If I'm a good team, would I give you a good player for Barnes, for him to do what? Is it going to move my needle? It's not going to move anything. So what the hell is he doing? He's not able to do it.
Thank you, George.
Let George cook. Let George cook.
I think George is, I think the hors d'oeuvres have been served in the main course.
Well, but Whitey, I'm going to throw George a bone here. This is the frustration level right now of Kings fans.
Sure it is.
We've talked about this. It's always being the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's being on the outside of the club, the windows you can look in, and you're seeing everybody else having fun, dancing and partying, and you're outside waiting in line.
You're hearing about flexibility, cap space.
When are we going to get in the club?
Yeah.
When are we going to be the lead story on SportsCenter? The Kings trade for Kyle Kuzma, Zach LaVine, Ingram, or something. That's what Kings fans want. They want the sparklers, big fella. They don't want the little fizzy things. They don't want those things, dude.
Right.
They want the fireworks right now. And I get the frustration that Kings fans have watching other teams. Listen to this, Whitey. Who was the top seed in the Western Conference?
That was the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Sam Presti didn't just sit on his hands and not do anything. He went and got Alex Caruso, a guy we looked at, a guy we wanted. Look at the Pelicans. They finished ahead of us in the standings. They didn't just sit on their hands. They went out and improved. And I think Kings fans want Monty to improve the roster.
Of course.
Be active. Make it happen, big fella.
Of course. I would say this to you, George. Not that you asked my opinion, but I would say this to you. Wait and see what they do with the money they saved with the Vezenkov trade. You're right. I mean, if they do something with it, then I think we have to reevaluate. I give him credit for pivoting off of Vezenkov. Yeah, they brought him here. They thought he'd be an asset. He wasn't. They made the move off of that. But now what do you do about it? If we're still sitting here, and the season starts and we're going, well, they didn't really do much, then, yeah, everyone's going to be right there with you. Just deep breath, and it's especially frustrating today when, like as Drape says, you see the Pelicans get better, but we have to wait and see. Like today, Chris and Alan had a poll going. What grade would you give the Kings sort of off-season moves? And I think a B was the number one answer. And it's like, we really don't know.
It's kind of early for that, right?
We don't know yet.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, well,
incomplete.
Yeah.
It's like taking one quiz or one test during the semester, and what's your grade? Dang, bro, let me finish.
Right.
Like, I'm not even done yet, know? And so it got to be incomplete right now because we got to see what else.
Because there has
to be another move, man. And so, yeah, I'm just fired up right now. I'm fired up.
Brandon on Sactown Sports. Hello, B. What's up? Is this Brandon Ingram?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It's not Brandon Ingram.
Not Ingram? Dang.
I am calling about Ingram, though.
Oh, all right.
I'm hearing that they're coming out and they're saying the Pelicans are committed to CJ and Zion as their core. So they're not even mentioning Ingram. So I think he's on his way out. And I actually think he's the perfect fit for us. We get a big wing guy. We get 20-plus points. It's an upgrade off of Harrison Barnes. And we get a year to kind of see how it goes. And if for some reason it's not going right, I think there could be value in possibly signing and trading him or trading him with a new contract. Anyways, I like the idea of Ingram on the Kings.
Brandon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of this possibility? I understand what you're saying, but one of the things you didn't mention is the possibility that he comes, it does go well, but then he doesn't want to stay. I mean, are you willing to assume that risk?
I think in a small market with how competitive the West is, it's the gamble you got to take. I think more times than not, when we do get guys to come over here, they usually want to re-sign. Our past guys, look at Trey Lyles, his first thing he wanted to do was re-sign. Harrison Barnes wanted to re-sign. Seems like right now the culture's changed, so I have confidence in the re-signing.
Okay, thank you.
All right. There
you go. There's some optimism.
Yeah, and our boy Curtis Hicks on the YouTube. I'm not in an uproar, Drapes. Only some fans are. You can put my name on this if you like. We will see what Monty does in free agency. I'm not panicking. I like Monty holding him firm for what he wants. So he's standing pat right now, making sure he gets this right.
Yeah, I'm with Curtis, but I have to admit, the Pelican news today makes me take deep breath. It's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
You know what we don't need, though?
What don't we need?
Warriors to trade for Paul George. If I get that news, Whitey, I'm walking out of this studio. If Paul George winds up and go, I'm done. Cash me out, big fella. My weekend is starting. I can't take that kind of news.
I know Ramona Shelburne was on their flagship yesterday. She said that's unlikely. I'm not sure why, but I'm trying to.
She said it was unlikely?
She said, yeah.
Okay,
Paul George
good.
to the Warriors unlikely.
I can't handle this. I can't handle it, man.
I don't know. Simone, do you have TC's music? If you don't, all right, great.
Okay.
Good job. Time for Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Yes, sir, man. Mic check. Check it out. Drake, Whitey, Simone in the back. I think Jay is off. What's up?
Hey,
what's up, TC?
You got it.
Hey, man, listen, I'm just vibing, man. Listen, hey, y'all, everybody just take a chill pill. Kings fans, look, that move for Sasha, right? We thought we was going to get Luka 2.0. We sent the whole organization. They sent Drake, Whitey, me, Simone. Everybody went overseas to see this guy, bro. Hyped him up and everything. We got him in the building and was like, this dude is a bust, bro. He's not what we wanted. So we moved on. What do you think everybody, Kings fans, what do you think we all would have said if we would have held on to Sasha and he turned out to be a bust? What everybody's talking about? Trade him, put him in a package like we're trying to trade Kevin and Harrison away. Sasha would have been the same way, bro. Monty made that move, bro, to make a bigger move. Y'all kick back, bro. We got something cooking. I'm telling you, it's either going to be B.I. or Kuzma, and Zach LaVine is in the back pocket. Monty got those multiple moves. We're trying to find out which one is the best move, because out of those 3 moves, we're going to be capped out. Other than Kuzma, with the LaVine and Ingram, that's a huge contract that we got to do, and we're trying to find out which one do we really want to do, bro, without giving up the farmhouse. Kings fans, get ready, bro. It's already fireworks. Monty already making moves, just like that draft pick we got, bro. 7-wing wingspan. The guy grabs 9 boards a game, 3 steals. We don't want to keep going into his measurements, bro. We got the McDaniels brothers. Listen, bro, we shaking things up. Monk is back. Kings fans, just relax. I know everybody making their moves, y'all, but relax. We're going to be all right, bro. Give Money the benefit of the doubt. We don't want Money to sit on his hands, but he's going to make a move that's going to make everybody proud. The move that he made already, bro, I'm already happy with. What did everybody say when we drafted Tyrese? Why we drafted another guard? Now everybody's still crying about why did we trade him, right? That's all I got, man.
Oh, you done, TC? Okay. He came in hot on a Friday. You came in hot on a Friday afternoon.
He did well. He came in hot, and he talked people down.
Yeah, I like that.
That's not easy to do.
And that's not usually how TC is.
Right.
He's got faith in Monty. He's got trust in the GM to make the moves necessarily. I like that. So he's bringing people down.
Train too.
He's still on that. He on Kuz, Levine, whoever. Like, all right, TC.
He's on BI train too, it seems like.
All right, let me take a deep breath, because I did get fired up by this. People getting me fired up on the chat, on social media and everything.
I got to check the text line, too.
Yeah, check the text line out there, because
we keep waiting patiently, but yet no big moves for big-name guys are happening. From the 916.
We need more George. That's what the Kings need.
Oh, because George is furious.
Oh, George. Furious George. Not Curious George.
Furious George.
All right. I was wondering. Yeah, I get it, Kings fans. And let me say this to Kings fans. Talk to me on Monday when we come back from 2 to 6. If nothing has gotten done, if no trades are made, no free agent signings or, announcements or anything, you can vent. But for now, I'm gonna calm down, Whitey, because we ain't even to free agency yet. It's incomplete. We just had the draft. Monty just made a trade yesterday. I think Kings fans want it like, all right, draft Wednesday, trade Thursday, trade Friday, trade free agency Sunday. It takes time.
It does.
It takes time.
But it's taken a long time. You're right, but it's taken a long time. For example, Justin here. Thank you, Justin. One of the biggest moves of the early offseason is a Malik Monk signing. People need to relax.
Oh,
You're right, but like
People
Jay
forget
said,
that.
that's great. But we already had him. He was already here. So we need
something
more to improve, to get better.
It'll happen. It's Monty's not. I said it before. He sees the same things we see. You don't think Monty's at home right now or at the office calling Washington for Kuzma, calling Portland for Jeremy Grant, calling New Orleans for Ingram? He's making all these calls.
Yeah.
And let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. He's not gunshot. He traded Tyrese Halliburton. So we know Monty has some stones, some cojones to make the big trade.
Monty was the one that traded for Sabonis. Marty was the one that went over and got Mazenko.
Monty traded
more
Marty.
money and less
yeah,
Marty.
we need more. Adrian says scared money don't make money. Monty ain't scared, man. He made one of the biggest trades in Kings franchise history. Yeah, he's not scared.
Yeah. You know who else is not scared? He probably should be. Imran Pilati.
Is he here already?
True Sports Cards. He's here.
Is he back there?
And it looks like he's got Beckett with him.
Oh, he got a little Beckett, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
He joins us as we roll on. That's next on Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It'll be a mild start to Saturday with temperatures in the low 60s, light winds, strong sunshine, and afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Slash presents Serpent Festival, a celebration of the blues. Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley, starring Slash, Warren Haynes Band,
Beautifully broken.
Samantha Fish,
Y'all guesses I can dance with.
and Eric Gales.
It's gonna be a steep climb.
Don't miss an all-star night of blues, Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Serpent Festival.
This 4th of July, celebrate in style with Amy's Outdoor Living, your grilling headquarters. From burgers to brisket, Amy's Outdoor Living's got perfect grills for your Independence Day celebration. See the new Red Hot barbecue brands Napoleon and Rectech. Napoleon grills perfect gas and infrared grilling, and they're built to last. Rectech pellet grills built like a tank and offer the #1 rated grilling app. Free setup and delivery with Amy's for grills, $3.99 and up. Amy's also features Weber, Big Green Egg, and Traeger gas and pellet grills. And you got to see the one I got, the Gosney Professional Pizza Ovens. Oh, my goodness. Add some style to your backyard party with new furniture, and Amy's will pay the sales tax on all in-stock furniture and outdoor decor items. Visit their clearance center in the Sacramento store for scratch and dent savings. Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
How are you, Beckett?
How about that?
Hi. How are you?
This is awesome. Hey, Beckett, can I get a high five? High five.
There you
Yeah. Yeah.
During commercial break, Drapes has been spending most of the time trying to get Beckett to
I know.
jump
It's
into
not
his arms.
happening, is it?
Beckett's
Yeah.
like, nah. But then Drape gave him his car keys, and now they're best friends.
I know. That's my guy
It's
right
all
here,
about,
man.
He learned from you and Jay. Give him a gift, and you'll be real nice to him.
Hey, can I tell you a really cool baseball card story I heard this week? You may have heard it too.
Let's hear it.
And we're still
right.
taking your calls on everything going on with the Kings, and Kings fans are frustrated, and I think Imran has something Malik Monk related we're going to be sharing.
Yeah.
But I think might have been Monday. So whenever the Giants were back home for the first time after the passing of Willie Mays, and so they were talking. My Kruko was on the air talking about Willie Mays, and he says, "Okay, I grew up in the Southern California, and I was I think he said he was like 7 years old or something." And his mom picks him up at school. And his mom's a big baseball fan. So this is in LA. His mom picks him up at school and says, "Hey, you're doing a good job in school. Here's a pack of baseball cards." So he opens the baseball cards. And first card is like Willie Mays. His mom goes, as a Dodger fan, his mom goes, "Nope, you don't need that one." Takes it from him. And he says, years later, 8 years later, his mom wants him to get some out of her purse about the Irish sweepstakes or something. "Hey, can you get that thing out of my purse?" So he goes in there, opens the purse, and the Willie Mays card is in there.
Really?
She was holding it for 8 years?
Yeah.
Unsleeved,
I know, right?
Probably, yeah.
Rounded corners now. Like
PSA 1.
But his thing,
that's cool.
It
That's
is.
cool that mom hung out.
Yeah,
for
I
8
guess
years.
his point was that even a Dodger fan had to admit this is freaking
This guy's
cool.
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So how's everything been at the store
been-
with all your Malik Monk stuff?
It's been great. Again, the happiest guy in all of Sacramento is me, besides Malik and his family and the Kings. We did a special. We announced it with the show last week, and it was $78 from Malik Monk signed jersey.
For the contract. Yeah,
that's right. So we did for the contract price, and that day we had a ton of people come in. So I said, you know what, let's extend it. So that while supplies last, we still have a few. I want to say a few is being about 20 or so at this price.
Okay.
If you want to come into the shop at 6661 Stanford Ranch there in Rockland, we have Malik Monk signed jerseys available. They have been authenticated, ready to go. $78 plus tax in honor of his $78 million contract.
That's good. Yeah.
Normally $100-something, but for the Sacramento Kings fans, the faithful, it's let's light the beam at $78.
Okay.
And the 78 million size of relief you've had since you decided to stay, right?
A little bit more than that. Yeah, he stayed.
Thank goodness.
I didn't have to stitch him on Detroit Pistons jerseys or something.
Where are you with the Kings right now? Because today, as you probably heard, DeJounte Murray's going to Pelicans. So a lot of Kings fans are like,
just came in the last hour or so.
Yeah, we need to make something happen. Come on, why aren't the Kings doing anything?
Well,
People
they
get
just
a
did
little
a trade.
frustrated.
Kyle just brought it up. Calm down. We can only do. Calm down. We're trying. We got rid of Vezenkov, which rumors are that he wanted to leave, and that's fine. Nobody needed him and his ankles to be, bumming around.
See, as soon as a
guy leaves,
the Kings,
it's like,
everybody is like,
everybody dumping on him.
Well,
Right?
and you know what? I loved Davion's effort, his willing to take a charge, the fact that he really wanted to tee up. It didn't matter how tall the guy was or how big the guy was. He was fearless in defending people. It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And that's okay, because he's going to get a nice fresh start in Toronto. Let's see how that goes. As far as card values and such, Davion really wasn't much.
Yeah.
I think it was right from the jump. You've got a 6'1" point guard coming out Baylor, defensive based. In real life, more value than in the hobby.
Wouldn't you say? I know you've been a Kings fan a long time, longer than either one of us been involved with the Kings. But in a lot of ways, Davion embodied some of the things that Kings fans love about.
They love that hustle. They love that getting dirty. They love that. They love that taking the charge. And that's kind of some of the stuff that we really wanted to see. This is a blue collar, hardworking town and city and metropolis here, and they want to see their team represent them. And who better like a Davion, or even Keegan last year was taking a lot more charges than he did the year before. So he was getting fearless in there. Trey Lyles is really good at taking those charges too. So, gone are the days of Vlade flops and more of the guys putting their feet down and taking the charge.
Imran, have you ever seen, we may have talked about it, the video of Kyle Draper taking a charge from Brian Scalabrine?
Dude, it's out there. Perfect defensive position. Took it square in the chest.
Yeah,
exactly.
They played it once on TV.
They did. Yeah.
What was the scenario? Where was it?
We're playing a pickup game like at the Garden in Boston. And I was checking Scal, locking him up.
Of course you
He
would.
tried to make a drive. I stepped in, took the charge, went the other way.
And then you said, you know what? As you're looking up at the ceiling,
and stars are like,
and you're going,
yeah.
Drive, guys. That
Right.
sounds like a cool name. I'm gonna go with that.
Dude, I mean, the force that which NBA players play with, people just don't understand.
I love Scal's comment to a guy that was talking mess on him on social, and he said, "You know what? I may not be the greatest, but I'm a lot closer to LeBron is than you are to me."
Yeah. He did say that. It's true.
Quality.
It's true. Let me ask you this, man. You know, we got free agency coming up. Teams are making trades. How does that impact the card market at all?
Hugely, especially when you have guys that are going to more favorable locations, places that you're going to see them more prominently used. I think Giddey will see a little bit of a jump.
Bump,
because if he gets that starting role, he was overshadowed by SGA, Jet, guys like that. So when you have guys that are in the hobby that overshadow you, getting out from under their shadow is going to be something important. I think, and just side note, Kyle, every day when your son comes and works at the shop, we make fun of you and your love for Zach LaVine.
No way, really?
Yeah, every day we talk about it. Oh my God.
Wait, no, Nick likes Zach too, though. Nick likes Zach, right? He's a Zach guy.
He nods his head in agreement with his dad because you're his ride home. But
I'm gonna text him right now, huh?
So I will just say that there are moves to be made by lots of people. I think that this was not the move that the people were expecting from the Pelicans in the sense of getting DeJounte Murray for 2 firsts and a Larry Nance, because everybody's wondering about the Brandon Ingram trade. That's what the one was waiting. So it's not necessarily the trade that's on the forefront. It's usually that back trade, that second or third trade, but it will open up and allow somebody to be better. There's a name that's going around that I really think that the Kings should look at. I believe that Malcolm Brogdon is going to be a buyout candidate. In my opinion, I think he's going to be a buyout candidate. I think he'd be a great fit for the Kings, playing that 2 and a 3.
Another guard?
He's more 2-3, right? 2 and 3. And we missed out on our big men. We had an opportunity at it. I was screaming as I was texting you guys that night, Dalton Connect is available. Let's get him. Let's get him. And you had your fingers crossed on that, Whitey. And Kyle, blew me off like he usually does.
Did you text me on that?
Did you text me?
I don't know if you texted me, dude. I don't think so. Let me see.
Well, it's tough to get a text through when the guy blocks you.
Oh, we about to get Dalton. No, I texted you back.
What'd you say?
Man, I wish.
Oh, I blocked him.
Yeah, he blocked
him.
me. Exactly. I didn't big time you.
I got to give you and Shep credit. Shep called last week, Chip Shepard from the store, and he called us about wanting to draft Zach Edey, and I gave him a hard time.
Yeah, gave him.
But Zach Edey obviously went very high in the draft. So
we all thought originally that the guy was going to go late first, high second, right? They thought 7'5" isn't going to translate. The guy's going to be too slow. Well, not a lot of people felt that way. And if you think about it, Memphis had already, they had Steven Adams, and they had just come from Valanciunas. So it's like they know lumbering big men when they see it. And they were like, let's do it. We don't care.
Yeah.
We're right back. Let's take a quick break here, Simone. Back with more with Imran from True Sports Cards. We'll look at this Paul George situation. How big is that Paul George domino? We got some cars open too. Yay.
Yeah.
When we come back to Sactown Sports.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It'll be a mild start to Saturday with temperatures in the low 60s, light winds, strong sunshine. Afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Center for the weekly economic update. Will interest rates stay higher for longer with relief in sight? While inflation and labor markets might be cooling if bond markets price this in, is there a neutral rate in mind which neither stimulates nor puts the brakes on a hot economy? Forward contracts, which can be seen as a proxy for views of future interest rates, are at 3.6%. This is down from the last year's 4.5% number, but still higher than the 2.7% number seen most of the past decade. If these are the floors on future interest rates, this could put a hold on bond rallies and continue to mute an already impacted real estate market. If the 3.6% rate is indeed the neutral level, it isn't quite far from today's rates over 5% and could mean there are less interest rate decreases in our near future. Overall, businesses and individuals seem to have weathered the higher rates well. Next week, we could see data that may indeed show progress in the fight to reduce inflation, but demonstrate that higher for longer may be the path forward, whether we like it or not. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment to watch video to receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hey, Sactown Sports fans, get ready for an unforgettable summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar, packed with the hottest shows around. Starting at Thunder Valley Resort, don't miss the epic Slash and Serpent Tour on July 12th. Then on July 20th, enjoy the incredible Miranda Lambert live in concert. And on August 9th, Jason Mraz and the Super Band are set to deliver an unforgettable performance. And don't miss this Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, experience the legendary Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. Then on August 15th, catch the iconic Donny Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And on August 22nd, don't miss Creed Fisher rocking the stage at Ace of Spades. Finally, on September 10th, the Doobie Brothers bring their timeless hits to the Toyota Amphitheater. For all your ticketing information, head over to livenation.com. These are the shows you won't want to miss, so grab your tickets now. And stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
Breaking draft news from Kyle Draper. He says Celine Dion is announcing Montreal's pick at the NHL draft.
Yeah, the 5th overall pick, Celine Dion, with Gary Bettman to her left. Oh, Ivan Demidov, right winger out of St.
I had him
Petersburg.
going a little later.
I was gonna say, do we have him that early? Is that a reach?
It is, definitely. Yeah, in my mock, he was going like 12th. Imran Pilati and Beckett Pilati with us today from True Sports Cards. And Simone is keeping us on the air.
Yeah,
Thank
behind
you,
the
Simone.
boards, yes.
Yeah. Free agency starting officially Saturday. Paul George, big domino in the whole free agent thing, right?
Yeah, we're waiting to hear.
He's going to
opt in, get traded. You know, what are we going to do?
Drapes doesn't want him back on the board.
They keep talking. Well, Drapes, isn't your team the 76ers?
My team is the Kings, bro. What are you talking about?
Maybe we can edit this one out.
Yeah.
This isn't a podcast. This is live. I'm uncomfortable with this. No, I just thought that, like.
No, of course, that's my Eastern Conference.
I was going to say
team.
that's your team.
Eastern Conference team. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
They weren't even his team when he lived there. He was rooting for the Lakers against the Sixers in the finals.
That was 1983, Whitey.
The Draper family.
I was 8 years old.
The Draper family has spent money at my shop.
Exactly.
Everything has been a 76ers item, so I'm not quite sure why we're
Did you hear what my son Nick gave me for Father's Day?
Well, you
Did we talk about
me
this?
that you saw it and told him,
Yeah,
that'd be nice to get.
That'd
me
be
for Father's
nice.
Day.
And he used his own money, his hard-earned store credit, and actually got it for me.
It was a Dr. J
signed Julius Erving picture. Yeah,
nice,
framed and everything.
And Drapes was really subtle about it. You know what, son? If I was to buy anything in this store,
Right, exactly. That's what he
it
told
would be
me.
that up there. It'd mean the world to me
See?
if I somehow received it.
See, is Beckett your first kid?
And only.
See, you got to understand. If you don't tell them what you want, you'll wind up with socks, ties, gift cards. No, I want that. And he got it for me, So I'm happy.
He understood the assignment.
Exactly.
He understood the assignment.
Yeah.
He also inside knowledge. I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit. Nick does tell me that you perfect your drapeisms at home. You will practice a few.
No, get out of here. He said that.
He said that to me. And you know what? I said, where did you get this one from? And he goes, oh, I hear that one a lot. And I go, do you ever hear any of that? Just you're like, nah, Dad, it won't work. And he goes, very few, but I have once in a while.
See, I know what you're talking about now. The guy you see on TV is the same guy at home. That's why.
That's for sure.
That's why. I'm not sitting in the. I'm not looking in the mirror repeating, bang, 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 or you know what I mean. I'm not doing that. I don't do that. I use them in my everyday life. That's the thing. Like bang, bang, bang. I was playing pickup ball, summer league ball back in Boston. Nick was there watching me. I hit a corner three, ran back, turned to Nick, bang, 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 and then that's how that happened.
I love it.
So everything is authentic. Big
Was
fella.
that
Not
before Mike
rehearsed.
Breen's bang? Did you do it before Mike Breen?
No, I did the three. Mike Breen only did the
bang,
one.
but you did bang,
bang, bang, bang
You
for
know
a
what it reminds me-
three-pointer.
You know what
Bang,
this sounds
bang,
like
bang.
right now? Vanilla Ice justifying Ice Ice
I
Baby
know, right?
to David Bowie's under pressure. No. Mine goes bang, bang, bang. Brain's like bang.
Oh man, I don't rehearse any of this. It's all authentic, fellas.
And
All
sometimes it's pretty clear that you didn't rehearse it. Why do you know?
look at this guy. This guy is, I know, comedian over here. Tend to your kid
It's
right
got
now.
It's got the Friday roast here on the Drive, guys.
Yeah.
Where are my keys at, by the way, Beckett? All right.
Did you? And it looks like Becca's pretty fond of that jersey. Is that something you wanted to give away?
Yes,
what
let's
we
do
got
it.
here?
Courtesy of Kyle Draper himself, who this is actually Kyle's jersey, but you could tell us a little bit about what that is.
Sign Malik Monk #0 Kings jersey.
That's right.
And
you were there when he was signing
I
that.
saw him sign this. Exactly.
You caught him off guard.
Oh,
with
I
your
see the
interview.
authentication
That's
right
correct.
there. There
and
it is.
And we're here to give it away. We got a trivia question just
Authentication.
like last week, but we got a trivia question. So
You want to do
Simone-
that now?
Yeah,
And
let's
we
do
will
it.
go ahead, Simona. We'll take the guesses live. Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll run it live.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140.
One jersey to give away. When
And
you're
you
the
had a
winner.
question, right? Because we.
I do have the question.
Okay,
you?
good.
Oh no. Will you do something?
No,
I'm just kidding. I got it. I got it.
All right. What's your question for the Malik Monk?
Okay.
Jersey? And then someone will have to come to your store to pick it up, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. All right. So the question is, first one to get this right. Malik Monk scored double digits how many times in the 2023/24 season? Now, Kyle was witness to all of them. Either he called the game or he was doing post or pre.
Yep.
And so Kyle knows the number.
Yep.
And I want to see if our callers, first one to guess
Yeah.
it on the nose, would be great.
Yeah. So you just call in right now. You want to take a
Give
shot.
the number.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. And the first correct. Do you need a pen?
I'm going to give you the number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the number. All right. Yeah, give us a call, 916-339-1140.
What is that, Russian hieroglyphics? I can't-
916-339-1140.
I'm kidding.
This, what do you want me to do? Right
It's like
upside
an
down so you
upside-down
can read it?
triangle and a high sign.
So we got
you know,
signed Malik Monk jersey.
I never got, as the calls are coming in, I never got to answer your question regarding free agency.
Yeah.
Whenever a free agent goes from like a longevity play, like Klay Thompson, if Klay goes to the Orlando Magic or something like that, I think we're going to see a bump in interest.
What,
but
Clay Orlando
yeah,
cards?
as an example, because
Okay.
it's like it's a refresh. They're interested. They want to see
Yeah.
something different.
Mhm.
But I think when a player is at the end of their career, that's when it really doesn't have any effect. Example, Tony Parker, after a Hall of Fame career with the Spurs, end up going to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah.
Ooh, that's
right?
ooh,
It's
that's
like
tough.
it's like Shaq. The big Aristotle goes to become the big cactus.
You know what I call those, Zimmerman? There's throwback jerseys and there's throw-up jerseys.
Yeah, that's
Emmett Smith Cardinals.
Yeah.
Montana Chiefs.
Yeah, well, he had a little
success.
Yeah, so he still had a Pro Bowl there. But I'm talking about guys that are like, oh man.
At the very
Patrick Ewing, Seattle Sonics.
Vince Carter, Sacramento Kings. I'm just saying, at tail end of his career.
He had an Atlanta Hawks jersey behind.
That's true. That's true. I forgot that.
That was the worst one.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 base, and they're really rolling in now. I think
of course
the
they are.
question is
Giveaways.
I know, but it took a while. I think a lot of people are like, I don't know the answer.
Well, they're Googling it.
Yeah.
I was going to say that the other thing too is when the phone lines light up and we're giving away something, I'm actually looking to see if Kyle's calling in and so is Jay because they're trying
I'm trying to get
that free
hookup, right?
This is Snile, and the
Snile.
answer is
Snile paper. Bang. Curtis on Sactown Sports. Hey, Curtis, how are you? Curtis? Did we lose Curtis? Oh,
he dropped out.
I'm very sorry. We'll let's give Ken a try here. Hey, Ken, you got me on Sactown Sports. Hello, Ken.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. The question is for Malik Monk autographed jersey. How many times this season did Malik score in double digits?
I'm going to say 54.
Ooh, so close.
But yet so far away.
Close.
No, we're giving it away, fellas.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, we did give it away. Oh,
I know.
You're off by this many.
I know, right? That's like saying, Ryan Hollins instead of Ryan Howard. It's close, but you can't win.
Who said
with
Ryan
it.
Hollins?
Yesterday on the quiz, the quiz that we do, Mr. Draper had the fastest Philly, who was the fastest player ever to 100 homers, and he said, Ryan Hollins.
At first, but before he said Ryan Hollins, he said, "Oh man, this is easy."
He didn't even finish the question. I was so excited.
He jumped
I was like, I got this. And I booted it. I totally booted it.
We talked about this because we'll put people on hold for suspense. But I was going to say that we've talked about this. You watch a Wheel of Fortune or you watch a Jeopardy and they say the answer and you're like, what a dummy. Why would you say that?
But when you're in
it, you're like,
you're like,
I got this. Ryan Hollins.
Can we go to Jack? Let's see. Simone's doing about 15 different things here. So Jack on Sactown Sports. Hello, Jack. How are you?
Hello.
What do you got here?
What's up?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 52.
Oh, close. Nice. Good guess, but wrong.
Yeah.
You got two pieces of the bread for the sandwich.
Oh, but you guys, God, there's no suspense here.
Very close. It's remarkable. Yeah. And it's got to be the number that everyone wrote down. So, yeah.
Got to be right.
Let's see. We have Curtis on Sactown Sports. Hi, Curtis. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? How you doing on this Friday?
Good.
What's up,
Was
Curtis?
this Curtis that we tried to connect with, but then he got disconnected? Same Curtis?
I think it's a different Curtis, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
So Curtis, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. For an autographed Malik Monk jersey, how many times last season did Malik Monk score in double figures for the Kings?
I'm going to say 53.
Ooh, so close. Oh, okay, just got bang.
That's it.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Curtis, congratulations. Thank you. Hang on. We just need to get some information from you, and then you will have to go to the store to pick it up, right?
Congratulations, Curtis. Thanks
Way to go, Curtis.
Thanks for sticking in there.
Can I hold it up?
Yeah, hold it up.
Show people.
Very nice.
Where's our camera right here?
That one, this particular one, Kyle's going to wear out, and it's good.
Is this the double XXXL?
No, it's a medium.
It's medium? All right.
The free agent hopes and fears of Kings fans when we come back. You sticking around?
Yeah,
you guys sticking
around.
around?
Oh, you got more time?
That's
Yeah,
next here on Sactown Sports.
To be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Since 1776, July 4th has been celebrated as the birth of American independence, but it's been a federal holiday only since 1941. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. It was a mere 7 years later when the Keys family opened their first Naturewood store in Sacramento, and I guess Northern Californians have been celebrating ever since. We celebrate an incredible selection of furniture brands made right here in America. We celebrate the kind of generous hometown hospitality that was important to Walter Keys in 1948 and continues with the Keys family and the Naturewood Home Furnishing staff today. And we celebrate the kind of quality that's been synonymous with Naturewood for all these 76 years. Look for Made in America brands like Stanton, Sam Moore, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and more during the Naturewood 4th of July sale event. Find the furniture that you will celebrate for years to come. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 76, visit staples.com/print for details.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. Now, Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
And local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thanks for being with us on this fun Friday. It's been a challenging Friday at times as we dealt with the word of the Pelicans acquiring DeJounte Murray, but of course we got Drapes, Whitey, Imran Pilati, his son Beckett, Simone keeping us on the air today, and somehow, some way, we're finding a way to maintain our optimism about the Kings in this offseason, right? Let's go.
Yeah, I think so.
Agency start tomorrow.
Well, I mean, the only reason we get upset, and have a legitimate reason, is if one of our guys, Kuzma, Levine, Ingram, they get moved.
You missed your favorite guy.
Who's my favorite guy?
It was Levine.
I said
Oh,
Levine.
you said Levine.
Come on, big fella.
Did it
I
come
got
first or second?
No, it came second. I wanted to ease into it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I would love Zach Levine. Look at little Beckett. He's on
the move.
He had the putter. Now he's going for the wedge.
By the way, I've been told those clubs, at least some of them, are actually Doug Christie's clubs.
Oh.
And I told Doug Christie that, and he's like, oh, really?
How much will those go
he
for?
said, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
So Simone confirmed that they are Doug Christie's clubs. So Beckett, somehow put him in the backpack. Let's go.
I know, right? Hey, I had a question for you, and we got to open up that box before we. How's this year's draft in terms of cards? It seems like a down draft, not much sizzle. What do you think the market is out there?
Well, the interesting part about it is the hype that normally comes in the hype session. Oh, we're okay. Beckett's fine.
He surprised himself.
Yeah,
he dropped that club.
Yeah,
He's
sorry
fine.
about that, everybody. Just to let you know, if you think about the COVID years, 20, 21, and some of 22, we didn't get to see a lot of these guys and their visibility that they would normally have in the college game. Some of them went to G League Ignite. G League Ignite. Some of them went to OTE, like the number 8 pick went to OTE. So you're not seeing a lot of these guys as often as you normally would. With that said, you're not seeing a lot of the hype that you normally would in normal drafts. If you think about Wemby, he was played in France. Nobody really watched Wemby play. They saw the highlights on YouTube, whatever, but you're not going to see him in the NCAA tournament. You're not going to see them even in an NIT tournament. They're going to be playing in a league that, like OTE, Overtime Elite, as you mentioned, Kyle, places that you wouldn't normally see these guys. And it's unfortunate because these are some really quality players that just aren't getting the love. So it tends to put a damper on the upcoming draft. But, we had a really weird product that came in called Topps G League. It just came out about like a month ago. We have it on our shelf at $35 a box, and it has a guaranteed autograph.
Really?
So, yeah. So the other day, somebody bought a box just for fun, and they pulled number 5 pick. What's his name?
Who, Dillingham?
Dillingham.
Rob Dillingham.
They pulled Rob Dillingham autograph out of there. So to pull a number 5 guy out of here's the thing. I live and breathe this thing. I had to ask you what the guy's name was. That just gives you an example.
And it's the number 5 pick we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and do you think about the Thompson twins?
Do you mean Holland?
Holland.
Ron
Holland.
It's G League. Yeah, because
he was G League. Yeah,
G League. Ron Holland. All right.
The guy you mentioned was number 8.
All right,
correct?
He was 8.
Yeah. So,
there you go, right there.
Both the Thompson twins came from Overtime Elite, and we didn't really know who they were, but we saw that they were another group. Right. So it's a unique situation where now you're having more than just the college game, more than just the international game. There's other places that these players are coming from that don't get the recognition and visibility or the opportunity to show their talents to the world. And with that said, it kind of depresses the interest. But once they get in the league, they can run.
Time flies because it seems like I just started getting into collecting again, and now I look at some of the rookies that I got when I first started. And so I have I got some like Anthony Edwards rookie cards.
Mhm.
And, it's like, I'm
Okay,
going to work a
that's
little
pretty
bit.
good.
I got lots of Wiseman rookie cards if you want to do those.
As I think I've told you before, I don't think even James Wiseman's family is collecting his cards right now. I will say this, though, that it takes a little bit of seasoning and a little bit of chance for these guys to go. Think about Dalton Connect. That guy is 23 years old. He definitely has the skills to score, but scouts had said, we're going to pass on this guy because he's just too old, which is crazy to have a contributing guy at 23 years old fall into the lap of the Lakers. Ouch. But he's going to be able to contribute immediately, whereas you're getting these 18, 19-year-old guys who need a little bit of seasoning, some maturity. I mean, they're going to be out on the road. They have a lot of money now. They might not be as focused as they could be as a 23-year-old that might have a little bit more of that. So I guess what I'm saying is that the youth movement's great, and it's great to have people choose young players, but I would just say that I feel like the Kings did the right pick. I really do. I didn't know much about him. I studied a little bit after because you want to talk intelligently as a store owner, and I like what I see. I like the fact that he's a NBA lineage with his dad. His dad. He played for the Heat, I think.
Yeah, he was on
as
the
well.
Heat.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
And he was the Kings assistant coach.
yeah.
Yep.
So when you add all that up, it's like, okay, you know what? This guy's going to have his head on his shoulders for the most part. I think he'll be all right. He's going to be all right.
We're going to get to Kings fans, free agent hopes and fears here in a little bit. But before we do, what have you brought us today?
Today you have
Very
in your
interesting
hand,
box,
Whitey,
yes.
the 2023 Bowman U Inception. Now, this is a product that came out before the Wemby draft.
Yeah, I have to tell you, when you handed it to me, Inception, I thought it was like, was this like birth control or something? Oh my!
Well, when I look at you, that's the first thing that
But
I
it's
would
not.
expect.
Okay, it's not.
So I don't know what we could say and not say on the air, but
you said it.
I said there was somebody says, "Oh, is this birth control?" I said, "No, your face is the birth control. You don't have to worry about that."
Wow.
But he was ugly.
Yeah.
So we've got this box. It's got
Bowman U. So
7
this is college stuff, I would assume.
No, well, yes, and international stuff.
Okay.
So in here, you're going to get 7 cards per box, and you're going to have, I think it's 2 autographs in here.
2 autographs.
Before you open it,
yes.
Possibilities are Wemby autograph, Caitlin Clark autograph.
Really?
Yep, that's a possibility. CJ Stroud is even in that product. The football player. He's in that product.
What does this set me back when I go into True Sports
$195 plus tax.
That's all?
220 starting now, 225.
Yeah,
big money.
No, 195 and we're good to go.
All right, and there's only
there's 7 cards.
There's 7 cards. So look at that.
Why are they so thick?
Because they're quality cards. We start off with number.
You're not opening hockey. Just read the name.
Clayton Tune.
Oh yeah, he's a
Houston.
football player. He went to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
Okay.
Second card is autograph. Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter
From Georgia.
Oh, I got to see
Eagles,
this.
baby.
Oh, you know where? Jalen Carter, the number 9 pick.
Prospect autograph card of Jalen Carter.
Whitey, you'll give me that, right? Eagles guy?
Sure.
Is that what it is?
Guy?
Another auto. Gentleman by the name of Zach Eady.
You got a Zach Eady auto?
Zach Eady auto. That's huge. That's awesome, dude. He just bought a Zach Eady auto.
Yeah, there
it
you
numbered?
go.
That's yours. Now that's yours.
No, that's mine.
Yeah, it's yours.
All right.
Zach Eady.
That's who I was
sweet.
screaming for as a king.
Good player from Houston, Jarace Walker.
Jarace Walker, he
Trey.
played for the Rockets this year? Jarace Walker?
Because that's our autograph.
Pacers, right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
You're the NBA expert.
MJ Rice from Kansas.
Okay.
Zach Eady auto. This is pretty sweet.
And then Caleb Love from UNC and Jackson Smith.
Njigba.
Yep,
And
that's
Jigba.
him from Ohio State.
ended
These are
up going.
beautiful cards.
Aren't they awesome?
They're really pretty, aren't they, Kyle?
They are nice
Yeah.
quality,
Well,
like you were saying.
I'll tell you what, Jalen Carter, what a nice autograph. Jalen Carter got in a little trouble at Georgia, but not by his fault.
Yeah.
But he had a great season with the Eagles, I believe. You're a Eagles fan. You watched him.
Yeah.
And Zach
really
Eady.
cool.
Zach Eady is an in-demand guy right now.
He's hot right now.
Yeah, he really is.
Is he the hottest player coming out in the draft that was in the draft?
I would say that he's hotter than Alex Sarr and Sachet. I think that he's
Bronny hot though, right? Bronny's hot or no?
Bronny's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the truth was regarding the rumors. I think the Warriors' former GM, what's his name?
Rob Myers.
Rob Myers, when he said that Rich Paul was calling around and saying, "Don't draft him."
Or I'm a good Australian.
If that's true,
that happens though. They somebody said that Evan Mobley, not Evan, who's the other Mobley? Isaiah Mobley said that too. In the second round, don't pick me.
Well, don't worry.
Trace Jackson Davis did that.
That's fine.
Trace Jackson Davis did that in Golden State. Yeah.
Is that what he wanted?
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Did he end up where he wanted?
Yeah, Golden State. He's playing.
Well, here, let's make that part of Beckett's budding collection.
No, that is yours.
That's pretty sweet.
That is yours. Again, if you don't take these items, I can't hold anything over
I know,
your head.
right? You see me? Shoot.
We'll take a quick timeout. Coming right back here as we look at the free agent hopes and dreams of Kings fans. Imran Pilati, Beckett Pilati, Drive Guy, Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. This 4th of July, we know it's right around the corner, and we know what that means. Grilling, hanging with family, for me, even golfing, and of course, riding around in my all-new Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. I'm here to tell you this 4th of July is the perfect time to celebrate with incredible lease offers from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You can drive your dream car for just $444 per month with $4,000 down. Or you can enjoy 1.99% APR on select certified pre-owned models. I urge you, go to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now. I did it, and it's the best car driving experience I've ever had. From the sales team to the service team, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton treats you right. So get your dream car right now and enjoy it over the holiday weekend. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Stockton today or online at mbofstockton.com. Just tell them your boy Drape sent you.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
Free agency starts tomorrow. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hit us up on the chat, text line. Just curious here. Time to bare your souls. Your free agent hopes, your free agent fears here for the Kings. Kyle Draper, Imran Pilati, Beckett Pilati. Simone keeping us on the air as only she can. What do you think, Imran? What do you think? Free agency here.
Well,
it's gonna be tough.
I want to be a react counterpuncher. So let me get second in line. I'd love to know what Drapes wants to do, because I don't know if there's any fears. I think that when you have a small market, aka Sacramento type size, I think anybody that's saying, yeah, I would really like to play here, that's a kudos to us, right? Shows that they find value in seeing what we can offer, maybe a pathway deep into the playoffs. So who's your preference?
If I was to rank are we saying free agent or trade?
We said free agent, but you can spin it any way.
Off-season
I just
acquisition.
said free agent because free agency starts tomorrow.
And if you're going to do a countdown, Drapes, don't do it like your other countdown where you started.
I did not do a countdown.
You did a count up.
I did a top 5 list.
You did a count
I
up.
did a list. A list is different than a countdown.
Okay.
I did a list, big fella.
Let's start with who you want the most.
Who I want the most. Here's my list. John Collins, number 1.
Why?
6'8", long wingspan, can play the 4, can knock down the 3, play alongside Domantas Sabonis. Low value. You don't have to give up a whole lot. Won't have to give up multiple picks or anything like that. He's at the top of my list.
What's his estimated amount that they think he'll get?
What, in terms of...
he'd be a trade right?
Yeah, that's a trade. That's a trade. That's a trade guy. Most of my guys are trades. I mean, if we're talking just free agency, we talked about it. Either Jalen Smith or Najee Marshall. Those two guys.
And Najee Marshall didn't make much money at all last year.
Jalen Smith with the goggles?
Yes,
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Upside guy that with a bigger role can play alongside Domas. You talked earlier, Whitey. You can hit the three as well, and so
that's my guy too. As far as free agents go,
and I don't think this is a great free agent class out there.
No, and the ones that are the big names are other than Paul George. It's not like LeBron's going to leave
LeBron
the
ain't
Lakers.
leaving.
Paul George is the real big domino of this,
right?
Yeah, and that could impact a lot. There's even talk that the Rockets, who apparently had some interest in Durant, that they might make a run at Paul George. Now he would be a free agent, so if he don't want to go there, wouldn't too bad for them.
The Rockets?
Yes.
Wow.
The Clippers, they could keep him. The Warriors, you mentioned, Philadelphia. I mean, that could really change the complexion of the league there, depending on what Paul George does.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is when they drafted Reed Shepherd, 6'1", 6'2", and what's going to happen with Van Vliet? You've got another undersized.
They got a lot of
guard.
young players down there too, right? Young guards,
some logjam there. So I think that
Cam Whitmore, what's going to happen with him?
Can Van Vliet be moved because they were trying to clear the way?
What's
for
he
Reed
at?
Shepherd?
25 million, something like that.
Yeah. See, the problem with them potentially, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you.
But here you go.
Yeah,
I'll do it anyway.
No, I thought I jumped in there when you finished, and then I didn't quite. I clipped you. Sorry. They got Tillman Fertitta, right? Is the owner?
Yeah. The guy that owns all the Landry's restaurants.
A lot of people look at that team and say, "Man, a lot of young talent there. Let it develop." But it looks like one of those owners who's like, "No, we want to win now."
So that's Matt Ishbia. That's Matt
exactly.
Ishbia. But look at Ishbia now. That guy's stuck because he got two. You know who was like that? Prokhorov over at with the Nets.
Oh, that was awful.
He was like, we will win the NBA championship within 5 years after he hired Avery Johnson.
Yep.
And when you try to microwave success, it doesn't work.
No shortcuts in the NBA, Imran.
That's what I say. Now let's get back to our boys. So you want John Collins? I have a smaller, more realistic one. I believe that John Collins is realistic. I think that they do want to move him. Surprisingly, I think this guy still has potential, even though he was drafted in 2018. I like me some Mo Bamba. So I'm telling you right now, Mo Bamba is somebody that can actually play. I promise you.
The only part I agree with you on is when you said Mo Bamba is somebody.
It's somebody.
Yep.
I'm with you. Just because his cards might still be hot don't mean that he would fit
can
in.
I get some Mo Bamba in the background?
Some Sheck West.
I'm more in favor of less Bamba than Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba, no problems is what he's going to cause. I just think that he's a low, inexpensive option, somebody that can kind of shore up that bench. Is JaVale coming back? Probably, right? He's still under contract. Still under contract?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't believe he is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Is Len?
No, he was
He's a free agent also.
Yeah.
Okay, so can Mo Bamba set hard screens like Alex Len? Probably. Could he shot block? Yes. Can he shoot 3-pointers? Yes. So there you go. Thank you for hitting that.
Simone.
There you go. So I just feel like Mo Bamba is an option, and I'm not saying he's the.
Good thing you run a card store, not a basketball team.
I'll tell you what, man. If put me in as GM, I promise you I know what I'm doing. I promise you. I also think that when it comes to I started thinking more about your hopes and dreams of Levine at $43 million. What would we trade for that? Herter, Barnes, and more. When you look at all that, it's like, would Zach LaVine at 43 be better than Barnes and Herter at $43 million? Yeah.
And
if he's healthy, yeah.
I was really high on him before the Malik signing. This was with the thought Malik was leaving. Now he's back. It's not as much of a pressing need. I think, you probably want to address the power forward position first.
Mm-hmm. My guy would be same as your guy. And I really had to think a long time about Mo Bamba. That was a tough one.
That was a tough call, man.
Because he is somebody. And he is an option. That's
the
true.
only thing you got right on that, remember, he was drafted in 2018.
I like Jalen Smith a lot. And he could be your backup center. And he could start us. Yeah. He's got some of that versatility. And then I'm hoping that Kyle Kuzma ends up coming here.
I like
and
Kuzma.
He's your basically your 4, and I know he's not a traditional 4, but there aren't that many traditional 4s anymore. I just think he's such a good fit because he's 28, so he's in his prime. Positionally, he fits your need. Talent-wise, I think he fits a need, and he's available. Probably, you don't have to pay him a ton of money. His contract is pretty user-friendly, and as far as we know, he should be available. So he just checks a lot of boxes.
So if we look on the trade machine, does it match up for Harris, HB, and Herder?
Yeah, you can.
Is that what it comes out to
how
be?
many you'd have to give up, but you can do that trade-wise. So free agency-wise, be Jalen Smith, and then Kuzma would be the trade. That's what
I'm down with Kuzma,
for.
and you know what? Kuzma would get a nice bump in value in the hobby too. When Kuzma was coming out of that summer league, his first year, and he was just killing it.
Yeah.
Woo! Kuzma was hot as could be, coming from Utah, and then all of a sudden showing up with the Showtime Lakers. He was a hot commodity, and then obviously he was part of that deal that brought AD over. But
I don't even have Kuzma in my top 3 trade possibilities.
No, but you have John Collins in your
John Collins, Jeremy Grant, then Kuzma.
Jeremy Grant would be a good fit too.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like our pieces are attractive enough for somebody to take. The only reason that they would take our pieces, I believe, is going to be more to be able to be a digestible contract to be able to trade for other assets. So if you take Herder at what is he, 16, 14, something like that,
16
it's easier to trade a 14 to $16 million player than it is to trade a 30 plus.
million.
Yeah. So it's a way to break it down. It reminds me of like the Weber to 76ers trade, where they ended up taking spare parts so that way they could take it Brian Skinner and they could take other people. Kenny Thomas was part of that deal. So yeah, as part of that, like
he's been a guest on this show, so be careful what you say.
K9?
I gotta get Kenny Thomas back on. That's my guy. Yeah, I gotta get him on.
Yeah.
Next week we'll get Kenny on.
One of the whole keys to the whole thing for the Kings is what teams actually think of Kevin Herder.
I agree, because Kevin is the longer term piece, being at, I think he's like 25, 26.
Yeah,
and you could take the whole spectrum of views on him, and that'd be reasonable. Oh, he was a great shooter. There's every reason to think he'd come back. That's reasonable. He was hurt. He was terrible last year. Don't want any part of that. That's also reasonable. So that's going to determine a lot of what the Kings can get done, I think.
But when a player has already accomplished it before and had a bad year, it's more realistic to come back and say, you know what, though, he has a chance to get back to where he was, versus somebody I think he potentially could be something.
Classic COS guy. Change of scenery.
Oh, okay.
COS.
I was like, hold on, where's he going? It's a family show here. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go play with Beckett for a minute. Go ahead. Y'all continue. No, I'm gonna go hang with Beckett here. Go ahead.
This guy.
Yeah. Let's see. Our buddy Compio thinks that Brick Thompson, he calls him, is going to be a Sacramento King.
Who's Brick Thompson?
Klay Thompson. See, I don't know. He's kind of having that both ways, taking a shot at him, and I don't think there's any way that works.
I like, Simone's paying full attention to this show. Simone, we'd love to know your choice for it. Kyle Draper just picked up my son, so let's see how long that lasts before he starts crying.
So a little bit of free agency talk, a little bit of movement off season, what I'm thinking the Kings are going to do.
Or what would you want them to do? Or
I mean, it's the same rhetoric that everyone's been kind of, I hate to say recycling on this station, but definitely we need a 3-and-D guy. We need a forward.
Yes.
Let me grab this phone.
Front
got a call.
Front
Okay.
court, baby.
Where's Covington?
He's like
Wherever he is,
70.
he can stay.
I know. He's like 90 years
we're
old,
good.
man.
3-and-Ds, baby. Is Corey Brewer available?
Dude, this ain't 2008. I mean, what are you talking about?
Covington.
This guy.
And I don't like Mitch Richmond either.
You know what it is. He tried to unload some merchandise at the card store. You know what I mean? He's like, I got to get rid of these Mo Bamba cards.
Tell you why we will not see the Maple Jordan in the Olympics when we roll on here. Right back with that and more. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It'll be a mild start to Saturday with temperatures in the low 60s, light winds, strong sunshine, and afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's the 4th of July sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where you'll find the largest selection of vehicles in Northern California. With unbeatable deals and amazing financing options, there's never been a better time to drive away in your dream vehicle. The Roseville Auto Mall, where your perfect ride awaits.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, it was quite a day on the last homestand when the A's honored their 1974 World Series championship team. And among those in attendance, second baseman Dick Green, who won the Babe Ruth Award as the best player in that year's postseason, despite going 0 for 13 at the plate in the World Series. That shows you what he meant to the ball club on the defensive side of things.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
The IRS deadline has come and gone. So do you owe money to the IRS? If so, you need an ally. Whether you owe the IRS $6,000 or $600,000, whether your tax problems are personal or business, the professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to step in and negotiate your fresh start with the IRS. Here's a happy customer of Allies Tax Relief.
Before calling Allies Tax Relief, I feared the IRS would take all of my assets. I owed them over $562,000. Thankfully, I was referred to Allies and called them for help. They ultimately saved my life from uncertainty. Allies negotiated my giant tax debt to an unbelievable $1,500. They are professionals and they fight the fight for their clients.
Allies Tax Relief will protect your assets from being seized and your paycheck from being garnished. Call right now for your free consultation. 800-296-0772. That's 800-296-0772. Or visit AlliesTaxRelief.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sactown Sports.
Yes, it is. Drive Guys home with the Zach Edey autograph. Thank you, Imran, for bringing in some Bowman U Inception, and we finally popped one, huh? It's been a while. You've been bringing in some really nice boxes, and that was definitely the best one.
Absolutely. I think that Zach and Drapes brought up during the commercial break, he says, what do you think? This guy have a long runway. He's going to have a chance. I said, when you draft somebody in the top 10 that's 7'5",
two-time college player of the year,
they're going to give him his opportunities for sure.
Yeah. Memphis should be a good fit too. Although part of me, to be honest, I'm thinking of the old Grindhouse, You know how you think of teams?
Yeah.
Like, still the Steelers, I still think of as like Chuck Noll. And
yeah.
Like, that has nothing
and
to
all
do
that.
with it. But, that's the Steeler way.
Right.
Yeah.
Although the Miami Heat way has been away for a
long time.
Yeah.
You were dropping a phone number. I apologize.
No, it's all right. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Did we lose the gentleman that wanted to talk about the DirecTV situation? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. You just, let's see. I think Pro Football Talk today has an interesting piece on that. If you had DirecTV during the years that this lawsuit covered, some of us could end up getting some money. I don't think anybody knows how much yet, but Mike Florio suggesting it could be a little more than you'd think. So you might want to check that out.
Remember the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin?
Yes.
And he had to write the check to everybody. $12.14.
That's what I
Is
thought.
that what you're going to get?
Florio was suggesting today, and again, he says, this is how I would figure it. I don't know. But he says, like, that's like blah, 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 and this much, and like $3,000 per subscriber. And I was like,
wow.
Damn, that'd be.
I hope so.
Yeah. I was listening to radio earlier with, I think it might have been Stoughton Watkins that said, just give somebody free DirecTV or Sunday Ticket or whatever for the next year or two, just to avoid the
No, I want my
payout.
$3,000.
Give me my money. Give me my
Did
money.
you say that they're appealing it though? So it's
Yes,
going to
they're
get
gonna
caught
appeal
in.
it.
Appealing?
So
Okay.
it's going to
Short.
be in that litigation
Yeah,
nightmare.
Should be fine. It's a very short process.
Pain free.
It could, should the NFL end up paying damages, it could cost each of the 32 teams approximately $449.6 million.
Over
That's
10 years.
crazy.
Wow.
Each team?
It could.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's going to bankrupt one of those teams for sure. Be like, what
There's
you want
no
me
way,
to do?
right? I mean, that's
Over the course of
arguably
10 years.
But that's arguably, what, 449 you said? 10% of
Yeah.
their value?
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about that.
Yeah, because the
That's
jury
crazy.
ordered the NFL to pay more than $4.7 billion in damages. So,
Hey.
yeah, if you're a DirecTV subscriber, you want to check on that. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Get ready for the price bump current.
I know, right?
You got to pay for the lawsuit, baby.
$1,000
Gotta pay for the
now,
lawsuit.
right?
The story on Maple Jordan, and this is one of Drape's guys. Drapes has been high on Alan Wiggins, not as high as Brandon Ingram.
Alan Wiggins, see?
That's
You've
a
done
brother.
that twice today.
Andrew Wiggins.
I'm taking that win back from yesterday. Then
That had
I
nothing
get that.
to do with it. I'm not playing the game.
But you're
today.
you're struggling, man. You're 2 times today,
That's all right.
and
It's
I do it
Friday.
I correct it. Ryan Howard.
Yeah,
and
I'm not competing right now.
All right.
We're just
Okay.
having fun.
Guys, you won't have to correct yourself if you're just right the first
That's
time.
right. Yeah,
Be
just
like
get
me.
it right. Just get it right.
I was pretty close. See, I was trying to think of the Ingram joke. Is like, do I want to say that again? And then I mixed up the name because I was thinking ahead. Andrew Wiggins. It's one of Drape's guys.
Yep.
And it looks like we're not going to see him competing for Canada, our home and native land, in the Olympics because looks like the Warriors don't want him to play. He's already had some ankle injuries. They don't want him going there and getting hurt, Drapes, and then they can't trade him.
Rightfully so. I mean, they're trying to protect their investment. And, if he gets hurt, his value is already low. Let's call it what it is. But then, he gets hurt and it becomes more low. Yeah, I get it. I understand it.
It's just, you don't see teams do it that
yeah,
much.
you don't.
I would think. I remember when the Kings had Peja and Vlade, and they're competing for championships, and then those guys are going to play for Yugoslavia, whatever, Serbia. And I remember thinking, man, I hope they don't get hurt.
Well,
I wouldn't let them go.
Well, it isn't the team worried about that because Curry's playing just fine, right? For
Curry's
USA.
playing. Yeah.
So there you go. It's coming from the same team. It's like, oh, they're probably like, Clay, go. But
right.
But I'm saying you can't say it's the Warriors wanting to protect their players when they got Curry running out there too.
Right.
It's specifically Wiggins. We do not want you, and which leads to speculation about him getting traded.
Yeah,
for sure.
and somebody, it might have been Hollinger, somebody who knows, says the Warriors are probably allowed to do that if he already has a pre-existing injury. Otherwise, it's I don't think a team can just say no. They can say we don't want you to go, but they can't just prevent a player from going.
Here's the crazy part about it. So if you think about, and this is the crazy part is the salary aspect. Chris Paul at 30 million. Wiggins is probably around 30 million.
Alan Wiggins, sure.
Allen
Wiggins.
and Andrew together make 30 million.
30 million.
If they combine, so if you take the 60 million, that trades across for one Damian Lillard. That's where the salaries are right now. Nothing wild.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be one of those reasons why they don't want him to be, because they're going to combine him with a Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Because we already know that Chris Paul's on the trade block.
What's Wiggins' value now, do you think?
Which one, Allen or Andrew?
I know which one.
Yeah,
Allen, you can get a pack of chips.
or Mitchell.
Right?
That was a good
Mitchell
player.
Wiggins.
Mitchell Wiggins.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
That's Andrew's dad.
It's also Allen's uncle.
I know. I wonder if Andrew Wiggins now is just a salary dump kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Not
if you
crazy.
want to get rid of him, might you have to also sweeten the pot just a little bit? I think his value is low right now.
He's 17-6 a game, right?
He was
all reliable as long as he's playing.
Last season, though, averaged 13.2 points.
Oof.
Yeah.
And he had, pardon me
Career
for saying this,
low.
but last year, and he's had this at times in his career, Harrison Barnes syndrome, where like you might look at the box score at the end of the night and go, those numbers are okay, but I didn't even know he was out there.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And I think, but Harrison Barnes for the most part is 13-7, right? 13-7 every game. It's just a matter of what am I getting for my dollars? By the way, the pressure that these players have to deal with. Okay. Imagine if you, me, Drapes, our salaries is out open to the
You
world.
don't think this is pressure? What we do?
I know,
every
right?
day?
Dealing with this guy every day. Sorry.
This pressure cooker. I feel this pressure between the two of you. Mommy, daddy, don't fight. But I would just say that, like, if my salary was out there and people were judging everything I say, everything I do, man, what a pressure cooker to be in.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Go home and cry on your pile of money.
Oh, this
Jim
guy.
Carrey,
No
Jim
heart,
Carrey-
man.
Jim Carrey said it best. He says, I wish everybody was a multimillionaire, and you'll realize that it doesn't solve your
I know.
problems.
That's
I
true.
know that.
100%
And so-
true. More money, more
I
problems.
think the
I'm
only
kidding.
time,
I'm kidding.
we have the ability to ask somebody, what's it like to have such pressure, yet be, financially where you're at. So Drapes, what's it like?
I know. Listen to who talking. This guy coming out just giving things away, giving $200 box of cards away. Look, real quick, guys, I'm looking at Wiggins' contract. $26 million next year, this upcoming season, 28, and then a player option for 30.
He's going to take that.
Yeah, he's taking that, and so his value, it's really low right now.
One of the keys to the whole thing when you try to figure out how good a player is that you drafted gets us back to the guy that the Kings just drafted, Devin Clark, because we had
Devin Carter. This guy,
Devin
man.
Carter. See, I knew that
Three
as soon as I
times.
said that. I knew.
Yes,
That's
three
wrong.
times.
Steve Lapis was on with us today. He said this guy plays hard. He plays really, really hard. He would play hard even if he wasn't a professional basketball player. He would go somewhere and play. And you never know when you draft people. Some guys are like, they'll tell you, I love it. I love this my whole life, the game. Give me my $30 million, for the year. But you don't know sometimes.
Right.
And that's been the issue with Wiggins. And you can't blame someone, in my opinion. It's like, you're going to give me all this money to play? Okay, I'll do it. If a guy doesn't love the game, it's, he didn't hold up the bank. He earned the money. But, that's one of the things that separates players that are great from players that were sitting there going, what happened to him? But some guys love it. And other guys are like, I like being a professional. I don't love the game that much.
For all we know, though, Davion Mitchell had the same dog in him, mentality, wanted to put in the work. It just didn't work fit-wise within the team. So I'm hoping that Devin, what's his last name?
He's got him choked up over there.
I just call him DC.
Yeah. What's your nickname? DC?
DC.
Yeah. Actually, Carter starts with a K.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that I don't think anybody was a Providence regular watcher, right? So we're all seeing the highlight reels, but everything that we see, this guy does play hard.
Yeah. Look at a guy, I hate to bring him up, but this was the anniversary. This week was the anniversary when Purvis, Never Nervous Purvis was drafted.
1989.
Super talented, but a lot of people that were around him tell you he didn't really care that much.
Yeah.
And
it showed.
Yeah, exactly.
I played in 1998, 99.
You played against Purvis?
It was easy work. I took a charge on him. No, I lived in Stockton, and Michael Olcandy was my next door neighbor.
Okay.
I lived in an apartment complex there on Stadium Drive, and Olcandy was my next door neighbor. It's like I'd come over, we'd play video games, whatever. That's me name dropping yet again. And this guy was rumored to be in the top lottery, somewhere in the lottery. Then he kept going up and up and up and then projected, and he ended up being the number one pick. We all knew, anybody that knew him knew that he did have a real passion for basketball. He was a soccer player. And the reason why I picked the University of Pacific was he actually went through the phone, like kind of on a phone book, and was like, or a map, and stuck his finger and go, seems like a cool place. I'll call around. He called around. He goes, I'm a 7-foot guy. And they said, yeah, come on, let's have you try out. And he really did well at the Big West for Pacific. But he wasn't naturally, like a love for basketball guy.
Right.
And it kind of shows. And
and it's not his fault.
No. I mean,
and the teams just have to, they got to sort that out.
And he had a good couple of years with the Clippers.
Sure.
He was a double guy, but over time, I think what ends up happening is it's like, is this a job? Feels like Anthony Rendon from the Angels. I'm just here to get paid. My job is this. Nothing's more important.
Mm-hmm. That's the difference now. Some guys will just admit it.
Right.
Way back when, no one would ever admit that. He's like, I'm just doing this because it's a lot of money. Yeah. Are you going to help Simone take on Drapes today in the quiz?
Please don't.
Listen.
It's already 2 against 1 usually. Now 3 against 1.
Do you win all the time?
No, because him and Jay team up usually.
Let's crush him. Let's crush him.
Hey.
We'll wrap things up with the Whitey's Wayback Quiz next on Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It'll be a mild start to Saturday with temperatures in the low 60s, light winds, strong sunshine, and afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
It's the 4th of July sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where you'll find the largest selection of vehicles in Northern California. With unbeatable deals and amazing financing options, there's never been a better time to drive away in your dream vehicle. The Roseville Auto Mall, where your perfect ride awaits.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. Now, Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
NBA basketball returns to Golden One Center this July 6th, 7th, and 9th for the California Classic Summer League games. 3-day passes in the lower level start at just $66 and include access to all 6 games. See your Sacramento Kings as they host the San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets, featuring newly drafted rookies, NBA sophomores, and other athletes competing to make NBA rosters. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Stuck in a downtown meeting marathon? Need a post-work pick-me-up? Head over to Public House Downtown, the corner of 16th and L Streets. That's right, Public House Downtown, your one-stop shop for good times. With 60 beers on tap, come catch the game on 25 HD TVs. Public House Downtown serves up creative American food all day long. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and even weekend brunch. Public House Downtown. Food, beer, sports. Want to see the menu or plan your visit? Check out their website at phdowntown.com. Find your crew and find your fun at Public House Downtown.
Sactown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sactown Sports and subscribe.
Here's the dang deal. Free agency gets rolling this weekend starting at 3 o'clock on Sunday, right? I think I've been saying tomorrow.
Yeah, Sunday.
Starting 6 o'clock on Sunday. Teams may negotiate deals with free agents. Those players cannot officially sign until 9:01 our time on July the 6th. And there's been some indication the NBA is going to try to crack down on any early announcements on these free agent signings. They're threatening players and agents and teams, but we'll see if they follow through on any of that.
Hey, I know.
Line people, strip them of draft picks.
Yeah, right.
That's what they're threatening. So hopefully something coming soon.
I think the last time that happened was like Joe Smith, right? Way back when.
Yeah, Joe Smith.
Yeah, Joe Smith.
I'll tell you what, your son, man, he's about to be my left-hand man over here. He's on the left side.
Every break, Kyle Draper and Beckett Pilati, best of friends.
I know, right?
Yeah, Beckett Pilati, Imran Pilati, Simone. Christopher Lott is here.
Verlott's here?
This place is
jam-packed.
Hold on. Verlott, you're my guy and all, but it's a Friday. You're young. Get on out there. Explore the world. Why are you hanging out here with us?
We have A's baseball tonight.
Yeah.
Verlott? No, you better hire an intern or something. Verlott doing here on a Friday at 5:47. Wow.
Yeah, he comes in because he can't hear it as well at home. He likes to come in
Right.
the station to get an A's game.
Yeah.
He's that big of an A's fan. We appreciate that. Before we get to the quiz, can we get Rob on here, Simone? On
Rob,
Sactown Sports. Yeah. Hey, Rob. Thanks for hanging. What can the Drive Guys do for you, Rob?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I had to call. Okay.
Okay.
Let me preface this by saying I've been calling the afternoon show for probably since the late '80s. Just after the Kings came. I called yesterday. I always give good takes. I'm the Marty guy. Okay.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Now, I got a coworker. His name's Marty. I don't even like the dude. He was like, I know it's Monty. Okay. I've been, and you ran me. I'm like, so I get in the car today. Alan Wiggins?
See? Alan Wiggins.
Alan Wiggins.
Yeah. So you're running me? Rob, you're running me?
Hey, no. Hey, all I'm saying is karma, man. Remember that.
Yes.
Okay?
Right. Exactly.
You're right. You call anytime.
No, what I was getting at was I just real quick with I had to call with the Kings with Monty. I don't have we aren't at the beginning of the year, but let me just say this: we're in a business. I'm in the car business. We're in a business of closing deals, and we've had a lot of players use us for leverage, I think, on we've signed them and then they've signed with the other team at more money or even the same money, and we've been a bargaining chip, and I'm getting sick of it. What do you guys, if we go into this season and we really don't make a big move, not big as far as Kuzma or something like that, are you guys going to be happy?
No.
Nah. We got to get something done.
Thank you, Rob. Sorry about that, but thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Marty. And say our best to Marty. Appreciate that. Yeah. Compio said, and he threw you in there too, although you don't deserve it. He said, listening to Whitey and Drapes today is like listening to the debate last night.
Oh, that's messed up. Compio said that?
He did.
I see that. I see that.
Why did you have your mouth agape? Is that why?
Because I've been calling everybody the wrong name.
No, he been spewing lies all day. Lies, all lies.
That brings us to Whitey's way back quiz for June 28th. Jay's not here today. And Jay apparently asked Simone to fill in, right, Simone?
Yes. I'm very nervous.
Don't
Terribly
be nervous.
This would be a dusty.
Do you want Imran to help you? Or?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we're going to be just fine.
Okay. All right.
Between the two of us.
All right.
Just like Rob, every time I call in, I give great takes, is what he said. I was like, this guy, I like him. That's the confidence. I haven't seen that much confidence since Kyle Draper.
Well, yesterday, as you know, Jay won. Controversial decision, but he did carry the day. So that means Imran and Simone, you guys are up first. So everything in the quiz happened or is based on something that happened June 28th. But what year? Here's the years you have to choose from. 69, 1994, 1995, 2008, 2012, 2017. We have one closest to in there. We have some new 2 or 1 pointers, which when you choose one of those, I'll let you know how that works. Yeah, but you choose the year. Simone's 1969, 1994, 95, 2008, 2012, 2017.
You would like me to select?
Whatever you think is best for your.
Let's do 94. Please.
94.
1994. Now, this is, you want to go for 2 points or 1 point. Here's the thing. Multiple choice, 1 point. If you say, nope, don't need the multiple choice, it's a 2-pointer.
Simone, you called it, so what do you want to do?
Oh, yeah, multiple choice, please. Let me know what I'm feeling with.
All right,
here.
a 1-pointer here. This date, 1994. What Giant tied the National League record for most home runs hit before July with 28? Barry Bonds?
Oh, you got it.
Matt Williams or Will Clark?
Come on.
Imran?
Hey.
Barry Bonds? Incorrect.
1994, bro.
Yeah. For one.
Come on.
It's Matt Williams.
You know what that was?
Matt Williams, isn't it?
For well, don't say anything yet, because Drapes is he's still up.
I'm learning.
No, I don't think that was Matt Williams' years. I don't think that was Matt Williams' years.
Barry Bonds, Matt Williams, Will Clark.
Will Clark.
No, it was Matt Williams.
I'm such a dodo. He wasn't even on the team in '94.
That's
was
what
he?
he wasn't. I didn't think he was.
I figured, that was a red herring
joined
or
him in
something.
'93, didn't he?
Did he?
Anyway.
You're the one with a cheat sheet. Tell us who the answer is.
History of the Giants.
It's Matt Williams. Dang, he was there.
Dang.
Yeah. So Matt Williams. So no harm, no foul. Kyle Draper.
It was like a 52 or 54.
I know.
It was 53 is what the answer was.
Give me my
Yes,
years.
sir. 1969, 1995, 2008, 2012, 2017.
2012, baby.
2012. You got a 2 or 1. Which way do you want to go?
2.
2 for 2. This day, 2012. Who threw the Giants' franchise record 4th consecutive shutout? So they had 4 shutouts in a row. Who threw that 4th consecutive
Madison
shutout?
Bumgarner.
Correct. 2 points. He's got the deuce.
Simone, we have to go 2 pointers the whole way.
Yep.
Not every question is a 2 or 1, though. That's just you guys have chosen them.
I'm going to dethrone
I don't have
everybody.
multiple choice for everything. All right, two to
Only
nothing.
give us options with 2.
How many did?
Well, the only other 2. Well,
No,
1969, 1995, 2008, or 2017.
95.
1995. All right. For the first time, Simone, Imran, the NBA draft was held outside of the United States. Where was it conducted before a record crowd? Looking for the city.
Remind me the year again, please.
1995. For the first time, the NBA draft was held outside of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
I know where it is.
Go.
Because Damon Stoudemire got booed that year. It was in Toronto.
Correct.
Yes.
How easy was that question?
Easy.
No, it was Madrid, Spain.
Right.
What the heck? How easy
Well,
is
it
that?
was either Toronto or Vancouver.
Vancouver.
It wasn't going to be Vancouver. Oh, that is so easy.
You have the 2-1 lead.
All right, 2-1. What we got?
1969, 2008, or 2017?
69.
1969.
Because Simone ain't going to have no idea about that.
Oh, there was people back then.
Electricity?
2 or 1?
2 or 1?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do a 1.
All right.
God goes for the
What
layup.
brand new team lost on this date, 1969, 19-0 for the second time that season? 19-0 for the second time that season. The Padres, the Expos, or the Royals? 1 pointer here. Drapes leading 2-1.
Simone, get ready. He ain't going to get it right.
Kansas City Royals.
Nope.
What?
Simone,
So that means now for 50-50.
1 point. 1 point.
Yeah, for 1 point. Brand new team lost 19-0 for the second time that year, this date, 1969. The Padres, the Expos, the Royals.
Padres, Expos, or Royals. Royals is not one of them, so it's 1 of 2. Simone, there's 1 minute left in the show. Take your time
This is terrible.
and get it right, and then we just run out the clock.
What, you
on it.
living for a tie?
Yeah. Well, you're the one that went for a 1.
Smart, right?
I'm taking Los Padres, please.
Come on, please. Padres.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
And that's the drive,
sweet.
guys. Thank you so much for the credit.
Is there time for one more, or do we got to go?
Well, we got to go. Nah,
You gotta go.
That's
Well
sweet.
done.
Tie game.
Yeah.
Tie game.
Thanks for being
Oh,
with
I
us.
thought we got
I
one.
took on 2 people and
It's
tied.
still tied.
I'm
A's,
good.
Verlon, who are the A's taking on tonight?
We don't need, come on, man.
Diamondback.
Arizona
D-backs.
and A's next, right here on Sactown Sports. Have a great weekend.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.